down low, defending her opponent, stepping up with some help defense to knock the ball out of bounds.
Very slow right there to get the ball in. As she barely gets it in with that 5-second count. Good defense right there by Erica Bay. And that's going to be a foul on number 32 for Shawnee Mission Northwest. That's going to be Sarah Peterson who picks up her first, a 6-foot senior.
It's really nice to see coming right out of the gate the Ravens stepping up against some taller opponents and playing some good defense.
Yeah, but Northwest has their own size of their own, as that's going to play a big factor. As I was saying earlier, I am shocked that Coach Brancham started Mary Reiber. She did very good last year with the Ravens, but I thought he would have put the ball in the hands of Sarah Beth Geldner and Curry. A very bad shot by Geldner, as that's going to be a tie-up, and that's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow is going to stay here with Northwest.
Just need to look for a better shot than that. I mean, athletic ability can only carry you so far, and after that, you kind of just need to look for an open shot.
Yeah, she's very acrobatic when it comes to the shots she takes, but she should have had some better discipline right there instead of just chucking it up there. A good pass out to Curry as she hits her first three of the night, and that's 5 quick points for Kristen Curry.
A nice heads-up pass from Geldner.
That is true. Very heads-up play by Sarah Beth. That's going to be a 3 as well, and that's going to be a miss, and that's going to be a pushing foul. I don't know on who. Let's see who the ref comes up and said it's on. It's on 5 of Shawnee Mission Northwest. That's Morgan Formwalt, and her first foul and the team's second foul as well.
And as you said, starting to fouling early for Northwest. They need to stay disciplined on defense and make sure they're playing hands off.
And they've done that pretty much so far tonight. Very short. Ooh, that's going to be another foul on number 4, Diasa Collar-Williams. That's going to be her first foul. That's going to be the team's third. And I believe it's 7 once you get into the bonus and 9 at the double bonus. So that could be coming very early if Shawnee Mission Northwest keeps this up.
And a player to look out for on Shawnee Mission Northwest.
That's Reiber for 3. And she hits a 3 tonight. And that's 2 threes for Olathe Northwest Ravens. And that's an 8-0 lead with 5:59 left in the first quarter. And that's gonna take Shawnee Mission Northwest to take their first charge timeout of the night.
Northwest showing some impressive offensive firepower early in this game. If they can keep it up, it's looking like a blowout win.
It is. Right now it's not looking very good for Shawnee Mission Northwest. But it is early, and it is the first quarter, so it's an 8-0 lead. Northwest last year struggled closing out games last year. That was the main focus last year, what we talked about. Rome and I talked about last year. They weren't disciplined enough to keep the lead they had in the third and the fourth quarter. Ended up making a lot of 5-point games, 3-point games, even a buzzer beater by Sarah Beth Geldner in the first game of the year last year. So they just need to continue to roll with this and stay hot. And obviously they're not going to – right now they're shooting above a 75%. I believe they haven't missed a shot. So – no, they have, because Sarah Beth missed a shot. They're about 3 for 4 with 75% from the field. That's not going to last all night either.
Right. So then again, the defense comes back up again. You have to close out teams to make playoff victories, things like that.
Yes, it is. And that's going to be number 10 with the ball right there. She's looking to pass to her teammate, but Sarah Beth Geldner is not having it.
Some good defense and hustle from the Ravens.
Ooh, good effort by Curry. As that is going to be a tie ball, and the arrow is going to stay with Shawnee Mission Northwest. But that possession was won by Olathe Northwest right there. Diving on the ball was Curry, a play that got Coach Brancham pretty fired up on the sideline.
That kind of hustle wins basketball games.
Yeah.
You just wear the other team down.
The ball is inbounded behind half court, and number 4 drives to the basket. And that's going to be an and 1. It's going to count. And that is the Shawnee Mission Northwest first bucket of the night as well.
And that was a fantastic finish. To really complete plays like that, you have to keep your eyes on the rim and not have any fears about hitting the ground. It's all about making sure you get the ball high enough to get in the hoop.
And with Mary Reiber picking up her first foul with 5:35 left in the first quarter, that's going to force Coach Brancham to go to the bench and go to junior point guard Jenna Wilkins to check in for the first time. And you see they switch ball handlers right there as Kristen Curry will step up and take over the dribbling until Mary Reiber gets back in. Jenna gets the ball for the first time. She's looking to pass it. Not necessarily being aggressive as we've seen from Curry and Reiber right now. But she gets the wide open Kappelman. who throws up another three, and that's going to be the third three of the night for the Ravens. And they are 3 for 3 on the night.
Right, those three-pointers are going to could end up making a big difference in this game. Ravens need to continue to shoot well.
Yeah, they're winning by 8 points right now, solely on 3-point shots. They've only thrown up 2 shots in the yard. Ooh, that could have gone on the foul on Gelder with a no call.
Ravens playing some great defense.
Curry with the hustle play. She's looking to drive to the basket, tosses it off to Erica Bay, who throws up a shot and it does not go in. And that's going to be a foul on number 22, Erica Bay, who picks up her first. That is not on Erica Bay, my bad. That is on star player Sarah Beth Geltner with her first foul of the night.
Play's starting to get physical out here. We've seen 2 big hustle plays from the Ravens and several fouls.
Yeah, it's all about hustle right now in the beginning of the year. You don't always know what your team has, but you know your team can hustle and you know you got a chance to stay in the game. And it's 11-5 as Geltner brings down the ball. She tosses it off to Wilkins, who gets a screen from Kappelman, who then number 32 picks up her first foul of the night. And that's going to be a block on her. As number 25 for Shawnee Mission Northwest checks in, Megan Hansen. And Kennedy Taylor checks out for them. Curry's going to inbound it. It looks like she's going to inbound it to Erica Bay. Oh. It's a very good job of getting it in right there when she had nothing to go with. Ooh. A shot by Gelder that just comes up a tad bit short. And she's going to miss the first 3 of the night for Olathe Northwest, as they are going to go to 3 and 4 on 3-point attempts. Good defense by Jenna Wilkins, but it's going to kick off her foot and go out of bounds towards the Northwest bench. And Shawnee Mission Northwest retains the ball.
The game's starting to move with a little bit of pace at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of slowed down though. It's not as it's not as fast as it could be. Ooh, a good steal right there by Curry. Curry's looking to get something going, and she throws it out to Kappelman, who throws up a 3, and that's going to be her first miss of the night. Northwest looking to push the ball, and an easy 2 points there by Shawnee Mission Northwest,
Nice
as they got
look.
the fast break points.
A nice look from their point guard to hit a girl up the court. The Ravens now struggling to shoot the ball a little bit.
Yes, they are. Struggling indeed. As it's 11-7 with 3:12 left in this first quarter. Number 55 senior Taylor Cass checks in for number 21 Kaylee Kappelman. Kappelman, a 5'11 senior. Now Northwest has brought in a tad bit more height with Taylor Cass in, who's a 6-foot senior. Looks like 6'1", but they have her 6 foot listed.
Great cut from Kristen Curry to get it under the basket, and a nice feed from Jenna Wilkins to get her the ball. Unfortunately.
And that's going to be Curry who travels as she's throwing up the shot. It looks like Coach for Shawnee Mission Northwest is trying to direct a play to his Cyclones. Oh, that was the play Cyclones. Cougars is their mascot. That is going to be a foul by Gelder, and that's her second foul of the night. A little bit of a handshake right there. What the ref was doing right there is telling the girls you're going to have to play with your hands up, not have your hands out slapping away. Very good for the ref to establish that now instead of calling it later on in the game.
Especially like with controversy late in ball games and close ball games like this one looks like it's going to be. Questionable fouls at the end of the game can really change the course.
So that's exactly what these refs are trained to do. They're trained to establish the game early, sort of control the game, and then let it go from there. They're going to kick it out to number 10 for Shawnee Mission Northwest. He's going to feed it inside, and that's going to be Curry picking up a foul. The basket's not going to count, as it was on the floor. Number 10, Rachel Siebold, gave a good feed to number 21, Kennedy Taylor. Ooh, she's a 6'1" freshman. The future is very bright for her.
Yes, and with that height down low, they can get her the ball in places that the Ravens can't defend it, leading to more and more buckets.
And that's Kaylee Kappelman and number 22, Liz Thomas, who are checking in. As Erica Bay and Kristen Curry check out for the first time on the night. Erica Bay, who was a valuable starter last year for Northwest, is going to have to play a bigger role this year with her ex-teammates, Sammy Marks and Lexi Heisey, not here this year. Not Lexi, Maddie Heisey.
The fouls are definitely picking up as the Ravens are starting to get tired here at the end of this first quarter.
Which I'm actually shocked they're tired. Here at Olathe Northwest, we are very conditioned when it comes to our basketball teams, especially on the guys' part. They are very well conditioned. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Is that an offensive foul or 3-second ball?
It was an offensive foul.
Offensive foul on number 21, Kennedy Taylor. Kennedy Taylor picks up her first foul tonight.
Taylor Cass and Kaylee Kaufman are going to have to play a very physical basketball game down low to compete with this height.
Yes, they are. They're going to be very physical. And that's going to be an offense. That's going to be an offensive foul on Olathe Northwest. As what they did right there is just traded. They gained no advantage to what could have been something special right there.
Right, and illegal screens and other offensive fouls just take away points off the board.
Got to make sure your feet are set and your shoulders are squared. Number 11, Wilkins, is trying to push her to, it looks like her non-dominant side, which she's doing a very good job of right now, making her choose which side she has to go to. A bad shot thrown up by the Shawnee Mission Northwest player. A hustle play by Liz Thomas, who gives the ball to Gelder. And Gelder drives to the basket and gets fouled. The basket's not going to count as they wave it off. That's going to be Kennedy Taylor's second foul of the night.
And great hustle from Liz Thomas down on the upper end of the floor, getting it on the floor for the ball.
Very good hustle for Liz. And Liz is looking inbound. I think they're going to go to Gelner here. That's what they're looking to do. It's not there. It's just an inbound at the Cass.
Another good cut from Curry.
I actually like, that's another offensive foul for Northwest. That's their second one. The Shawnee Mission Northwest defender did a very good job of getting her feet set. That's going to be Kennedy Taylor as well, who's down on the ground. And that could have easily, if she didn't get her feet set, could have been her third foul of the night in the first quarter.
Right, but 2 offensive fouls and 2 consecutive possessions for the Ravens is not exactly what you want to see so early in this ball game.
No, that is definitely not what Coach Branson is drawing up right there. And she hit her head hard falling on the court. They're going to pull her out of the game. Obviously, they're pulling her out because of the head injury, but you can also say as well they're pulling her out to save her from getting that third foul.
Right, and that's obviously a tough person to take off the floor at this point. The Shawnee Mission Northwest gets significantly shorter.
Yes, they get very short as Gelner's going to get twisted up right there, but the ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Northwest ball.
Shawnee Mission Northwest coach is getting a little bit frustrated at his girls' offensive schemes at this point.
Sometimes any sport just needs to be played basic.
Right. Instead
of getting too fancy, just worry about dribbling and shooting. It's a good drive to Erica Bay. She gets fouled by number 5, Megan Formwalt.
The Ravens are doing a good job of attacking the rim early in this game. After starting off so hot from the three-point line, they've kind of figured it out and started trying to get into the lane to get buckets.
Now, last year, the Ravens did a very good job at the free throw line. As Erica Bay sinks the first one of 2. But yeah, last year the Ravens shot above 75% last year from the free throw line. Pretty good as a team. They did have some 80% shooters in Sarah Beth Geltner. So they got some really good free throw shooters. They just need to continue to let that grow and sink their 3 points from the charity line.
And as the season goes on, free throw shooting becomes more and more important. In crucial games,
that's going to be a tripping foul on number 34, Kristen Curry. And that's going to be her second foul.
And as I was saying, a few points at the free throw line make or break seasons.
And Curry did not agree with that, but I saw that trip right there. We can see that from here. That was a blatant trip, a very good call.
And although she did a decent job of moving her feet, her knee just got stuck out a little bit into her number 4's leg, causing her to fall.
And both the Ravens and the Cougars are on the bonus right now, so anything else from here on out will be automatic trips to the free throw line. As Shayna Espy has checked in earlier on, She touches the ball for the first time. And Liz Thomas throws up a shot, and she sinks another three for the Olathe Northwest Ravens. 15-7 with 1:01 left. That's going to be a Cougar timeout, and that's going to be their second charge timeout of the half. And with that being said, we're going to take that to commercial break. Oh, no, never mind. No, we're not. Thought that was a timeout. So number 4 for Shawnee Mission Northwest is going to bring it down. She tries to cross up Gallagher. It doesn't look like it happened. That's going to be a carry for number 4. That's going to go with Northwest. And there's 51 seconds left in this first quarter of play.
The turnovers have kind of plagued both teams so far earlier in this game. Offensive fouls and carrying and travels have honestly made the difference.
Yeah. Shawnee Mission Northwest is winning in the turnover category with +4 as they are 7 of 3. That's Liz Thomas, the second 3 of the night, and she comes up just a tad bit short. But she follows the shot and gets the rebound and kicks it out to Geltner. In the same spot, throws up a 3 and misses as well. The ball's going to be pushed for a little bit by Shawnee Mission Northwest. And she carries, but that looks like it wouldn't have mattered. That would have been an offensive foul anyway. On number 4 for Shawnee Mission Northwest, as Shayna Espy got her feet set in a good position, easily got the turnover.
It's very encouraging to see the defensive prowess of Olathe Northwest early on in this game, creating turnovers not only on fouls but on a variety of ways.
Yeah, they're creating a lot of havoc, a lot of problems, and being very disciplined. They're not doing as good as a job as we expected for them when it comes to fouling, as they're going to give the ball to Espy, and they look to kick it out to Espy Gelder, and she throws up a 3, and it's no good. And with that being said, the first quarter is going to wrap up 15-7 Northwest, and we're going to take it to commercial break.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25, always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
That's WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
This is Specialist Pearson with the 548 Transportation from Kansas City, Missouri, stationed in Camp Beard in Kuwait. For Operation Spartan Shield, I just want to say happy holidays to my family and friends.
Hello, Senior Master Sergeant Tony Standifer at El Dafra Air Base. Wanted to say hello to my family and friends in Topeka, Kansas. I love you all, miss you, and I'll see you soon.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
And we are back for second quarter of play as the Ravens got the ball in, but they were struggling, as number 4 for Shawnee Mission Northwest is going to pick up a foul on illegal use of the hands.
And these fouls from Shawnee Mission Northwest are going to come back and get them later in the game.
Yeah, this is not fouls they really want to be picking up. As, like I said earlier, both teams are in the bonus.
Right.
So from here on out, it's a 1-on-1 or a 2 of 2 until the second half.
And a lot of these fouls have either been on the offensive end, taking away possessions, or like away from the basket, preventing like really anything from happening.
And that was Ryber, a point guard who's a sophomore for Northwest, who sinks the first shot of a 1-on-1 and earns the second one. Misses the second one. Taylor Cass plays a little bit of defense as number 10 from Shawnee Mission Northwest gets the ball down. Gelder looked like she reached, but she didn't. That could have easily been her third foul. I think now the refs need to start to let the girls play a tad bit. They shouldn't want the girls to pick up any more fouls if they already have 2. That's going to be a foul at Ryber, and that's going to be her second.
They're going to give the foul to Cass. The hip kind of got in the way as number 4 drove to the basket.
Well, that's going to be Cass's first foul of the night. Not very good, as that's going to put him in the double bonus pretty soon.
And the game is getting increasingly physical as we continue, more and more fouls being called.
The game's going to get longer, too, if the girls keep on fouling. And if the game is longer, the girls are going to be a lot more tired at the end of the game.
Good looking shot from Erica Bowe. And the follow from Taylor's pass. That's a big play right there, getting physical under the rim and putting points back on the board.
Cass picks up the guard right there. That's going to be a turnover by Shawnee Mission Northwest. And number 1 picks up the foul. Abby Winter, a 5'8" junior guard, is going to pick up her first foul.
And another cheap foul for Shawnee Mission Northwest away from the bucket.
Just not exactly what you want. That's not good for anyone. So as the ref's going to let number 5 check in, so number 4 doesn't pick up another foul.
Both teams with 9 fouls, both getting ready to enter the double bonus.
Yeah, that is going to be a key to the second half for these coaches to talk to the girls about. Is quit fouling, quit giving up easy points that should be made, and just play. Play with your hands up, play smarter, play more disciplined. And that's all you can ask for. Is if you're Coach Bransham and the Shawnee Mission Northwest head coach, Tyler Stewart.
I would say one of the biggest keys for Olathe Northwest at this point is getting better looking shots. They started off the game hot from the 3-point line, but since it kind of cooled down, so see if they can get something going to the basket.
Number 10 drives to the basket and throws up a shot, and I believe that foul is going to be on number 23, Erica Bay. And Bay picks up another foul for Northwest. As she heads to the free throw line, you see some of the boys filing in right now, coming to watch the girls play. That's Kyle Sheaver leading the crowd right now for Northwest, as that's going to be a miss by number 10. Rachel Siebold, a junior who's standing at 5'8".
And Shane
battling for the rebound down there as Geltner gets the ball, and she's going to drive. And she's not looking, she passes it out to Ryber, who doesn't decide to shoot a 3, passes it out to SB, who airballs a 3. Good hustle play by Geltner, as she throws it off of the Shawnee Mission Northwest defender for a turnover by Shawnee Mission Northwest.
On the previous defensive possession, Northwest needs to work a little harder to pick up some boards. Although the hustle was good to regain possession, 2 offensive rebounds for snags for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Yep,
very good play right there on both ends of the ball right there as they're hustling, kind of playing a tad of sloppy. As what is that going to be? That's just going to be a turnover. That is good. It's not another foul. So right now we got Rachel Seabald. We got Abby Winter dribbling it down, and she kicks it out to her teammate. A good screen by number 10 of Shawnee Mission Northwest.
And a great post up from number 24, getting herself open and creating space towards the hoop and finishing.
And a contested layup by Thomas. The height right there was not what it needed to be, and that's why it was an easy bucket for her. As Gelner's battling with the forwards down there for Shawnee Mission Northwest. And it's kicked out to Thomas, and Thomas looks to throw up a 3, but passes it Ryber for 3. And Ryber is good as she sinks another 3 for the Olathe Northwest Ravens.
And that is some wonderful ball movement from the Ravens. Gelner coming up with a big offensive rebound after some hustle, moving the ball around to find the open girl.
And it's a 22-9 game with 5:49 left in this first half. A drive to the basket, and it is good. And that's going to be a Shawnee Mission Northwest 30-second timeout as the refs signal that to the table.
Buzzer,
we're going to take this commercial break. I want to remind you guys
Antenna,
you're watching TV25 where there is always something on.
Newsmax, Weather Nation, Revin, Untamed Sports, Retro, Vibrant, This, Jewelry. 12 simultaneous networks broadcasting 24 hours a day to 2.2 million viewers in Kansas City, Lawrence, and Topeka. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
And after that short little timeout break right there, we are back. The Ravens are winning 22-11 with 5:40 left in this first half of play.
One of the big successes for the Ravens right now is how hard they're making Shawnee Mission Northwest to work for their buckets. They're also creating lots of turnovers on the defensive end, which is a good sign.
Creating lots of havoc. As they're not doing good on the glass, and it's 12-7 right now. Shawnee Mission Northwest as they favor.
Shawnee Mission Northwest changes it up defensively, going into a 2-3 zone.
Because I think they're doing that is to kind of slow Northwest down and make Northwest work a tad bit harder to get some points.
Look for Kappelman or SB to cut to the free throw line looking for some open space in the zone.
And that's Liz Thomas who throws up a 3, and she makes it, giving the Ravens another 3 points, and it's a 25-11-point game.
There are two really effective ways to break up a 2-3 zone. One is to shoot the ball well from the three-point line, and the other is to get the ball in at the free throw line or the elbows where there's holes in the zone.
That is true. And that's going to be a 3 by number 25, Megan Hansen, a junior 5'4" guard. As Liz Thomas gets the ball in her hands, and she's played very good tonight, stepping up for Northwest, and that's Kappelman for 2 on the line. Basket is good, and it's 27 points for Northwest now.
And the zone looking to play to the advantage of Olathe Northwest as they've opened up their shooting once again.
That's going to be Ryber with the steal. She did a good job to get her feet set and not get to travel. And that's going to be a foul.
Good help there from Kappelman. Teammate made a nice play going up to get the ball and avoiding the travel by putting the ball on the floor. Kappelman helped her out and make her draw a foul.
That's going to be a foul at number 10, Rachel Siebold. A very unnecessary foul, a foul that shouldn't have happened, and that's going to send Kaylee Kappelman to the line for a 1-of-1.
Looking up at the scoreboard, one of the big stats that I'm seeing right now that's really making the difference in this game is the 5 steals from Olathe Northwest.
Never mind, that is going to be a 2-of-2 for Kaylee Kappelman, not a 1-of-1, as she bricks the first one. If you don't have any plans later on, Ravens fans, please stick out and listen to Ron Stanley and Jack Clayton call the boys' game tonight, as the boys will look to get their first win at home. SB picks up number 1, Abby Winter. Abby has nowhere to go, but drives to the basket and misses it. Ryber with the rebound. Mary Ryber checks back into the game earlier on with 2 fouls. She needs to watch herself and not pick up a 3rd foul. That's a kick out to Wilkins. And Liz Thomas throws up another 3, and she makes another one as well. Liz Thomas is getting hot, ladies.
And the Ravens definitely making the Cougars pay for their switch to the 2-3 zone, leaving shooters open on the 3-point line.
Yeah. And maybe that is why they moved to that 2-3 zone, is to try to limit that. But I don't think it's limited. I think they need to go to a 3-2 zone, make sure there's 3 guards outside guarding the other 3 guards.
And another offensive foul for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
That's a foul at number 24, Jordan Nakbar, a 5'10" senior forward. And Geltner tries to check back in, and the ref signals to her to wait, as it is a 2-of-2. As SB has to come back in. It's a 2-of-2 though, so she will not have to rebound. Kappelman with the miss of the 2-of-2. As Geltner, star player, checks in for the Olathe Northwest Ravens. Right now on the court for the Ravens is number 33, Sarah Beth Geltner, Kaylee Kappelman, Mary Ryber, Liz Thomas, and Jenna Wilkins. And Brancham yells subs as number 25, Riley Wade, a sophomore 5'9" guard, is going to check in for them. Right now, Coach has 5 guards on the floor.
Right.
Very, very interesting. Maybe they're trying to go quicker pace, but
Ryber and Wilkins stepping up to provide some pressure on the ball handler causes her to throw the ball out of bounds.
I don't think Coach Brancham expected to go to number 25, Riley Wade, this early in the game, but with foul trouble, they have to. We're going to take this commercial break. I want to remind you, you're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Hi, I'm Tech Sergeant Justin Jacobs from McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita, Kansas. I'm currently stationed at Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan. I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to my family back home and to my wife Jennifer and kids Taylor, Court, and Jacob. I love you and I'll see you soon.
And we're back from that little short break right there, as it's a 32-14 game, and the Olathe Northwest Ravens are winning. As we're here for a home game for Olathe Northwest, their first home game of the year. The Raven Nation yet is not out in full effect, as we're out on winter break, so there probably won't be a big crowd for tonight's games, as it is a doubleheader on a Wednesday night.
Shawnee Mission Northwest changing back to the man-to-man, getting a steal.
That's going to stay with Shawnee Mission Northwest. Did a very good job right there holding on to the ball. Let's see what they're trying to do here. There's a lot of confusion. As a drive to the basket, she does not get it and does not get the foul call either. Ooh, that's going to be a turnover by Shawnee Mission Northwest as Liz Thomas can't keep control of the ball.
Although the control of the ball was lost, I like the look of pushing the ball up the floor with the smaller lineup and trying to get some quick, easy buckets.
And coach for Shawnee Mission Northwest did not agree with that last drive to the basket by his girls. Calling for the foul. Does not get it. Gelner needs a watch for the hand check right there. As Wade's going to pick up number 24 for Shawnee Mission Northwest. The
Ravens D providing plenty of pressure on this offense.
And that is going to be a foul against number 24, Shawnee Mission Northwest, as she heads to the free throw line for 2. And that is Riley Wade's first foul as well. Not what you want to do, Northwest. You don't want to add any more fouls to anyone who doesn't need them.
And right, with such a big lead with only 2 minutes left in the half, look for them to start playing some hands-off defense and just trying to get buckets where they get them. Start slowing the pace down a little bit.
As number 24 makes her first shot. And there's still 2:24 left in this first half. This has been a long first half.
And that's basically all because of the fouls. There's been lots and lots of contact, and the refs are definitely calling a lot of the contact.
There's been lots of unnecessary fouls. That's going to be a travel by Thomas, and she hesitated right there, thinking she was going to shoot it, decided not to, and just couldn't keep her feet on the ground. Right now, if there is a jump ball, the possession arrow is going towards Shawnee Mission Northwest, so they will retain the ball if there is a jump ball within the next 2:15. Number 1 picks up her dribble and gives it to her teammate, number 10, Rachel Siebold, who gives it up to number 24, Jordan Nackball. Good defense right there by Northwest. It looks like it was a push by number 1 against Sarah Beth Gallner, but it's not called. Wilkins controls the ball and pulls it back instead of pushing anything. So right now you got 4 guards. You got basically 5 guards. You got 5 guards. You got all 5 on the outside. This is going to be Riley Wade's first shot of the night, and she misses the 3. Good effort by Ryber.
And playing 5 guards really creates a much more athletic lineup. You're allowed to run the floor a little bit. You can shoot the ball a little bit better, and even create turnovers like the one we just saw.
And a very good defensive play by Ryber. She drives to the basket, goes with the shot, and gets fouled by number 1, Abby Winter for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
All these fouls from Shawnee Mission Northwest are going to catch up with them late in the second half.
It most definitely is going to catch up with them in a big way. And Ryber is going to attempt another shot right here. And she misses it. They do not get the rebound. It's number 25 for Shawnee Mission Northwest, Jordan Knack. Number 25, Megan Hansen, gets the rebound. Ooh. And that is going to be a foul on Sarah Beth Gellner, and that's going to be her 3rd foul of the night this early in the game.
And that is going to become a problem for the Ravens in the second half. She's going to have to play some hands-on defense and really make sure that she does not commit any more fouls.
Never mind, that is Gellner's 2nd foul of the night. Still not good. You don't want your best player with 2 fouls with a whole other half left to play.
Absolutely. That just creates struggles that you don't want to deal with. But an impressive move from number 10 out of Shawnee Mission Northwest on the spin, getting the bucket
As SB checks out, or checks in, and Mary Ryber checks out, the Ravens still have pretty much nothing but guards on the floor. It could be a problem later on in the game. I think they'll bench them realizes with a 32-18 lead, he can sort of rest his girls for later on in the game.
But if you take a peek at the Shawnee Mission Northwest lineup right now, there's not a lot of height out there either. So honestly, Northwest is just matching what they see.
Liz Thomas thought about pulling up right there with 3. So did Wilkins. Does not do it. Espy, who probably thought about an air ball early on, did not throw up a 3.
Ravens moving the ball really well right now.
Ooh, Gelder for 2 as she comes off the screen and sinks another shot for Northwest.
And that is a great offensive move. To come off the screen firing is the best thing the Northwest can look for right now.
Very good defense by number 5, Shanna Espy, but that is going to be a foul, and that is going to be on the arm for Shanna Espy.
Foul call, rated number 5, Shawnee Espy, her first personal.
That's Espy's first foul for Northwest, as she is also a state champion in softball. As a softball team last year won state, clinching it with a walk-off hit.
Softball team last year, very, very talented, including star player Maddie Young, Gatorade player.
And then also this year, we had other big seasons as well, as the volleyball team won the state title for their 2nd straight year, and the Olathe Northwest gymnastics team, with only 3 girls on their team, won the state title as well for gymnastics.
And credit to the football team for winning their first ever playoff game.
And losing to a very good Shawnee Mission East team at Shawnee Mission East.
Right.
We played them pretty well for the first 15, 20 minutes of the game. Good move right there. It's a drive by Gelner. She misses it. Rebounded with 17 seconds left. They're playing a little full-court press here. That's going to be a jump ball, but it's going to go in Shawnee Mission Northwest's favor.
Once again, great hustler by Gildner to get on top of that ball. A wonderful move on the offensive end as well. The only thing bad about that play was the ball not going through the hoop.
And Gelner's going to get pulled out of the game with 12.1 seconds left. It's very smart by Branson. Sees the aggressive play by Sarah Beth. Doesn't want her picking up her 3rd foul.
And that makes perfect sense. Why would you want to pick up a foul with only 12 seconds going into halftime?
Yeah. That is going to be a foul. I believe that's going to be a foul on Espy. Let us see what the ref has to say. Yep, that's going to be a foul on Espy. It is a push. Her 2nd personal on the night. As number 1, Ashley Winter is going to head to the basket, a 5'8" guard for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
And at this point, the game is looking like it's turning out to be a battle of free throws. Who can make more? Right now, both teams shooting about 50% from the line. That needs to step out.
Yep. And it's 34-19 with 11.6 left in this first half.
Ravens looking to get off one more shot.
And Ryber kicks out to Espy, who throws up a 3 and misses it as it ricochets in and out. Ooh, and number 24, Jordan Nakbar, throws it up and misses it. And that is going to be it for the first half. The Ravens lead 34-19. We'll see you back for the second half.
Hello everyone, I'm Master Sergeant Jared Harder, serving in the world's greatest Air Force here at Olathe Air Base, UAE. I'm from Fairview, Kansas, and would like to say hello to all my family and friends in Sabetha, Fairview, and Morrill, Kansas. Also like to give a shout out to my home unit, the 190th Air Refueling Wing in Topeka. Merry Christmas everyone and happy holidays.
And we are back for this little halftime talk right here, as we got the boys warming up right now. The boys look pretty big for Shawnee Mission Northwest. As you see, one of the players for Shawnee Mission Northwest, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, has a black mask on like Kyrie Irving and LeBron James have worn in games. All right, let's talk about the stats for the Ravens. Right now we got Liz Thomas being the leading scorer with 9 points. 3 of 4 with 3-point attempts made. Kaylee Kaplan with 7, Ryder with 7, Curry with 5, and Gelder with 2. And she's 1 of 8 from the field. They need to get her going a little bit more. Obviously, they don't need her as much tonight with a 34-19 lead, but they still want her out there being productive for Northwest. Now let's go over to the Shawnee Mission Northwest side, as Rachel Siebold leads with 6 points. Not much of a difference right there in leading scores.
Right, and one of the biggest one of the biggest factors in this game is the turnovers. Shawnee Mission Northwest has 14 turnovers right now, and that's really creating a deficit for their offense. They're not scoring points because of offensive fouls and turnovers. Rebounds are fairly even for both teams, so the physical point of the game is definitely pointed towards Olathe Northwest. They're picking up a majority of the steals and the rebounds.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want. We talk about discipline, but you truly do want to be disciplined. That's why you practice. A great quote by one of the players earlier on, especially on the media day for this girls team, is the biggest competition for them is between themselves. They play each other each and every day, and they exploit each other to make each other better. So what they really need to do is go back to thinking, hey, I'm facing my teammates. They know me better, so what do I need to do to beat them? What do I have to do in practice? And kind of just going out and playing as well. Quit being a little bit tentative. It is their first game at home, and the Ravens are 3-1 this year. Very chance to go big in the playoffs this year. They just need to work on discipline a tad bit more.
Right, and they need to continue to make three-pointers. Because right now they're 50% from the field on three-point field goals, and that's played a big portion of their scoring in this first half.
And there is high expectations, not just for the girls team, but for the boys team as well, as they got to the state tournament last year. And we had a Raven Media Day here on Thursday. They talked about how they were just glad to be there. I think this year the mindset has changed. I think they want to win it this year.
Right, it always changes. In a culture like this where the fans are so much a part of the team, it's a big deal for these teams to get back, not only get back to the state tournament, but to compete and play for a championship.
Especially for seniors like Jackson Nicodemus, Luke Waters, Kyle Seaver, and Jack Parks, who have been four-year players here for Northwest. By four-year players, I mean four-year varsity ladder winners. They want to bring something that no other team could in Northwest. They want to bring a state title here. That's not even what Willie Cauley-Stein and the team with Siobhan Shields could do. And they want to be better than that, and I think that's on their mind this year.
For the girls, too, I definitely think the girls are looking to win a state championship this year. It's got to be disappointing for both teams to have wonderful seasons and end up falling short in the first round. So obviously a big goal is making it back to the state tournament, but competing at a high level and giving themselves a chance to win.
And it's all about the mindset as well. You have a great season, you expect to have a great season, but I think this year it's not going to be a great season for them unless they win the state title. And if they don't win it, it's not a successful season.
Right.
Which is what I fully anticipate as well. In my eyes, no season is good unless you capitalize it with the title. Losing in Game 7 of the finals is like losing in the first round of the finals. It's all the same.
Still
you still
walk
have to
away
go
without
home.
a championship. Regardless, the boys looking good as they start off their warm-up, shooting well.
And a very big Shawnee Mission Northwest team. They're not necessarily big all around, but they got some big players. Got 4 or 5 players right there who are very big.
And that's going to be a big key to Northwest game tonight. Can Jack Parks, Luke Waters, Austin Reynolds, Luke Roman, can they step up and compete with the big men? Hold down boards, get physical down low, and make their presence felt.
Yeah. I think that's just going to be very key for Northwest. I think they need to work a lot on, for both boys and girls, they need to work on trying to feed the ball inside a little bit more. They're relying on the three-point shot a lot. That's what both teams do.
For example,
if they can get that inside presence, then from there on out, you can kick it outside. You can let those threes happen and fall. But you got to go inside. You got to start inside, and I think that's big for Northwest.
For example, on Friday night at Shawnee Mission East, Luke Waters started off the game with the only 11 points the Ravens scored in the first quarter. 9 out of those 11 points came on 3-point field goals.
Well, like you said, you've got to. I say you almost got to want it, but you do almost got to want it more than the other team. And absolutely. I want to recognize Matt Vanderslice, who's in the building tonight, helped lead the Ravens last year to the state tournament. Matt Vanderslice is a 6'8" tight end for the UNI Panthers, a Division I school down in Iowa. He was going to redshirt this year, but decided to play because the team needed him, and he's here tonight on vacation. Good job, Matt, on your season.
I heard that they're trying to change him into a tackle.
Well, Matt talked about last year going to convert to a tackle to give him a better chance at the NFL, which obviously is every boy's dream who plays football, is make it big. You want to make it big.
Of course. And the girls are back out to warm up for the second half.
And the Cougars are not in, or the girls' Cougars are not coming out yet. And it's nothing but Northwest out here.
The band section starting to fill in.
The Raven Pet Band is getting fired up for this for second half play. And it is 6:30, and there's 3:12 left in this halftime period. Special thanks to everyone who helped make this happen tonight. TV 25 especially.
Strawberry Hill Christmas Tree Farm is now open Monday through Friday from 1:30 to 5, Saturday from 10 to 5, and Sunday noon till 5. Just a short drive west of Lawrence, you'll find the greatest selection of white pine, wreaths and ribbon, Scotch pine, classic Christmas decorations, and Fraser firs. Come inside and warm up with our free apple cider and cookies. Be sure and tell them TV25 sent you. More information is available at strawberryhillchristmas.com.
Hello, my name is Eric Sipsinski, Staff Sergeant, United States Air Force. I'm from Topeka, Kansas, and currently stationed at Olathe Air Base. I'd like to say happy holidays to my friends and family back home, and Karina and Liam Swersinski, my son. I love you guys.
The holidays are upon us. Would you rather be doing this or this? Don't get bogged down in the dirty details. Call Equinox Cleaning Services to make your season bright.
Tell them TV25 sent you and get $25 off your first cleaning.
We recognize everyone lives differently, so we customize each cleaning based on your needs to fit your lifestyle. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, with over 20 years experience, Equinox Cleaning Services is small enough to care and big enough to get the job done right. Call today for your free, no-obligation consultation, so you can spend more time doing what really matters. Call 913-256-9462 or visit our Facebook page for more information.
We are back for this second half action as the Olathe Northwest Ravens are taking on the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. The score is 34-19 Ravens as they lead after 16 minutes in the game. It's going to be Northwest who gets the inbound here as Reiber's going to be back. Looks like she's going to be a little bit guarded by number 4 for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Look for Olathe Northwest to continue looking for the outside shot.
I kind of anticipate them to go a tad bit inside as Curry drives the basket and gets an easy 2 points as it ricochets in and out. Nonetheless, 2 points. As number 4 for Shawnee Mission Northwest is going to bring it down. A Cougar guard, guarded by Reiber tightly. Gives it over to her teammate Siebold, who then is fouled by Sarabeth Gelder. It's going to be on the hand. And that's going to be her third foul.
And an interesting defensive scheme from both Reiber and Wilkins, who have guarded the point guard. They're forcing her left the entire way.
Yeah, very, very interesting there. Picked up a foul, not what you wanted to see right there.
They've emphasized it. They've got on the side of her. They want her to go left.
Yep. And that's Reiber who gets it, and Reiber's going to drive to the basket. It looks like she pushed off right there. It wasn't called. And that's going to be a tie-up for North. That's going to be a tie-up, and the ball is going to go with Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Kappelman walking away, limping maybe just a little bit after fighting for that jump ball.
And I think she was shocked right there that number 24 for Northwest was fighting so hard for that ball.
Geldner exits the game early in the second half after picking up her third foul just a few seconds ago.
Obviously, a big-time player like her does not want to check out of the game, but with a 36-19 lead and you got 3 fouls, it was a smart time to get her out of the game. And I would not bring her in until the game's about a 4-point game, maybe in a 5-point game. You don't want her picking up a 4th foul with a lot of time left in the game.
Right.
And that is going to be a block on Curry, and that's going to be her 3rd foul as well.
Blocking foul, call on number 34, Kristen Curry, her 3rd personal. Shooting 2 for the Cougars, number 4, Deasia Collier-Williams.
We have not seen Kennedy Taylor from the Cougars in quite a few minutes from the Ravens after falling and hitting her head.
Yeah, we haven't seen her since she exited. Maybe she's in a little bit of a concussion phase right now. Maybe they're just not testing it.
There's a good chance of that. She seemed to hit her head hard, but the Cougars obviously missing her on the defensive glass.
They're just missing her on size. They don't have the size right now without her in the game. There's Ryder for 3, and that's a miss. And that is going to be a foul.
Kappelman visibly displeased with the level of physicality in this game.
And that's a foul on number 32 for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Good cut from Curry to get open, and a dish.
Who was she throwing it to? I think she was throwing it.
The ref was open.
Yeah, I think she was throwing it to the crowd, letting them throw up a 3. They might as well. That's such a big lead. 36-21 with 6:27 left in the second half. I think this is going to be a closer game, Jack, than you think it is. Because that's going to be a foul. Shawnee Mission Northwest 22. Foul, Liz Thomas. Never mind.
Number 24, Nakbar, made a great cut to the basket there on a back cut, but she was missed. She would have been wide open for a layup.
Jordan has sort of been that player for Shawnee Mission Northwest that they tried to go to, and Ryber deflects it and is blocked by number 4 for Shawnee Mission Northwest from getting it.
And right there, that Northwest deny defense has been what's created all these turnovers and steals for Olathe Northwest.
Yeah, this whole game has been deny, 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 deny. You're not going to let them get the ball.
Don't let the guards catch the ball.
Number 4 brings it down, and she gives it to number 10. Guarded by Liz Thomas very tightly. She drives to the basket and gets 2 points, making it 36-23 Northwest with a 13-point lead.
And number 10, Rachel Siebold, has made a living tonight on getting to the hoop and putting in layups.
Yeah, she's done a very good job tonight of getting to the hoop. Very good. I think they're going to continue to do that with Sarah Gellner, one of the quicker guards for Northwest now in the game.
That would be my game plan. Take the ball straight to the hoop, see what you can get. Another good cut from Curry.
My game plan would be to attack as much as possible. See what you can do. Kicks out to Curry, and Curry for 3. And she sinks a 3 for Northwest.
Erica Bay and Kristen Curry synced up well there between the dish on the cut and the drive to the basket.
Both of them were on the same page right there, showing no sign of not working together as Bay gets the assist. And that's just something that Shawnee Mission Northwest doesn't have. They don't have that. They haven't showed the ability tonight to kick it out and do all that. Number 25 throws up the shot, misses it.
Good board from Kaylee Kappelman, working hard down low.
Liz Thomas brings it down. And we see Jenna Wilkins getting about ready to check back into the game.
Good fake.
So that's going to be an offensive foul on Erica Bay. I don't know about that one. I don't know if her feet were set just quite enough.
But a good bright spot on that play was a wonderful fake and great instinct to drive to the basket. The only thing she could change is maybe jump stop and pull up for a jump shot instead of a floater.
That is definitely true. With some shots, she didn't throw up a floater there. I would have thrown up a floater.
She did throw up a floater, and I think that's what caused the offensive foul.
That is true. That could have very well been why.
Mary
Good save
Reiber
by
working
Reiber.
hard.
It's going to be, oh, how did that not go out Shawnee Mission Northwest? As the crowd here at Northwest is, the crowd for Olathe Northwest is letting it know. And so is the coach. He's letting his girls know you got to play until someone tells you to stop.
Right. You can't quit hustling at any point on the basketball court. Somebody's going to go past you.
Yep. Someone's always trying to outwork you. And that's Reiber who gives it to Wilkins. And Geldner checking in with 3 fouls. Very risky move, but I like it. Wilkins for 3, no good. Comes up a tad bit short. Ricochets off the end of the basket.
Just a little bit of hesitance there is what cost her that
Jordan
shot.
Nackbar drives to the basket and gets fouled. She'll head to the free throw line for 2.
And that's what appears to bring Shawnee Mission Northwest success, really attacking the basket off the break or off the dribble.
Jordan Nackbar shooting for the Cougars.
Coach Brandstrom getting a little bit frustrated about the level of physicality from his girls.
Well, I'd be getting frustrated too. You had almost a 20-point lead and it slipped away. It has slipped away to a 15-point lead. I mean, obviously they've gained it back a little bit since Geldner's been back on the court.
And Shawnee Mission Northwest bringing a little bit of pressure here in this second half.
And that is going to be a foul on number 5, Shawnee Mission Northwest, as Espy was fouled.
One of the most important things of breaking pressure is keeping the ball moving. You don't want to ever just dribble. Dribbling to the sideline is the death, is basically the black death of breaking the pressure.
Kappelman gets the ball. Let's see what she's going to do with it. They really haven't gone inside much. I thought they would have gone inside a little bit more, being the first home game and trying to establish more of an inside presence.
There goes Wilkins with
yeah.
a very physical drive to the basket.
Jenna went up with a different mindset right there. She wasn't going to pass it up. She was taking it herself and gets fouled.
Conversation being had between Wilkins, the ref, and number 4, Collier Williams.
As I think there's probably stuff right now happening on the floor that we can't see or we can't hear. So.
And obviously a big part of basketball is the competition, the jawing back and forth, that kind of thing, and that's stuff that we can't see. Wilkins visibly frustrated as she exits.
Very frustrated right there. Ooh. That is an offensive foul.
That's the second illegal screen from Taylor Cass tonight. She needs to make sure she keeps her feet set and let the defender run into her.
That happens. Number 10 is denied by Thomas. 3:35 left in this second half of play. The third quarter, 39-25 lead for the Ravens. And that's going to be a basket by Shawnee Mission Northwest. That's going to be another foul on Taylor Cass. And that's going to be an and one.
It's going to go on Shayna Espy instead of Taylor Cass.
Oh, okay.
But the height for Shawnee Mission Northwest really paying off there.
Yeah. And she goes to the free throw line after the and one to try to make this a 39-28 lead game. Kappelman gets ready to check back in. And that is a miss by Shawnee Mission Northwest, and the crowd here for the Raven fans are letting him know. Geldner drives to the basket about a foot in front of the free throw line, makes the jumper.
And once again, that pull-up jumper from Geldner is really allowing her to score the basketball with ease. She needs to continue to look for that shot.
It is almost deadly, the way they drive to the basket. A spin move by Geldner, she throws it up. Looks like it could have been a foul. And Geldner's calling for the ball, as I think she wants to show the refs right here that she should have got the foul call. Oh, a travel.
Back in for the
I don't think anyone's happy with that call right there.
No.
But as long as the refs stay consistent in what they're doing, I don't see a problem with it.
My only criticism of that play is there's obviously some physical bump.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it was a travel on SV's part.
Definitely a travel. And I think now they're just calling every foul. I think they might need you to go suit up, Jack, at some point. There's too many fouls.
The refs are definitely starting to take over this game a little bit, determining what happens on and off the court.
At some point, you just got to let them play.
Right. A good drive.
A good job of Reiber that comes up just a tad bit short.
Kappelman is fouled down under by number 32, Sarah Peterson.
Foul call on the Cougars, number 32, Sarah Peterson, her 4th personal.
Shawnee Mission Northwest is already in the bonus. And we got about 10:27 left in this game. There are going to be a lot of free throw shots, Jack Clayton.
And that right there is Peterson's 4th foul. That takes all the height for Shawnee Mission Northwest off the floor with the exception of Nakbar.
I think Thomas thought about pulling up right there from 3. About 26 feet out. And Gelder is going to draw the foul from number 24, Jordan Nakbar.
24, Jordan Nakbar, her 1st personal. Correction, 2nd personal.
Only 6 minutes into this first half, and there's already 12 fouls on the floor right now.
Like I said earlier, there are going to be a lot of fouls tonight. Good play right there by the Northwest, by the Cougars. Has a good feed to Nakbar, and Jordan Nakbar with her right hand hits it off the left side of the basket and gets it in with a 41-31 Northwest lead. And that is going to be a foul by number 25 of the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars.
And once again, fouls continue to plague the Cougars. A great finish from Nakbar down on the offensive end, and then pick up a quick foul as the Ravens try to counter.
Yeah, once again, not what you want to see if you're Northwest. For either Northwest, you don't want to see fouls. And I think Gelder's going to try to take over the game a little bit and not let this lead get away from him.
Good
She drives
cross.
the basket, feeds it out to Thomas. Thomas does not sink it. Good effort.
And right there, the size of Northwest, Olathe Northwest that is, pays off as Shawnee Mission Northwest's big men are in foul trouble.
Good effort. Good effort by Nakbar and Kappelman both.
At the line for the Ravens, number 21, Kaylee Kappelman.
But it's not a very good foul right there. As Kappelman misses the shot. That's going to be a drive to the basket and a kick out. A good, almost still a Kappelman as Nakbar drives to the basket and collects 2 points for the Cougars. As now they're with an 8.
All of a sudden, Shawnee Mission Northwest appears to be back in this ball game. Olathe Northwest has looked a little bit timid on the defensive end with their hands up trying to avoid fouls, and Shawnee Mission Northwest has taken advantage.
That is going to be a timeout by the Ravens. As with 1:20 left in this play.
Strawberry Hill Christmas Tree Farm is now open Monday through Friday from 1:30 to 5, Saturday from 10 to 5, and Sunday noon till 5. Just a short drive west of Lawrence, you'll find the greatest selection of white pine, wreaths and ribbon, Scotch pine, classic Christmas decorations, and Fraser firs. Come inside and warm up with our free apple cider and cookies. Be sure and tell them TV25 sent you. More information is available at strawberryhillchristmas.com.
And we are back after that quick little timeout by the Ravens. It is an 8-point game. Slipped away a little bit by Northwest. It's all right. And now they got their best player in the game, Gelder, ready to go for this big push of time. It's going to be a drive to the basket by number 1, and that's going to be another made basket by the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars.
And with the Ravens obviously playing on their heels again, the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars need to keep driving to the lane.
That is Gellner who thought about it, decided not to. Liz Thomas for three. Not good. As Shawnee Mission Northwest is trying to crawl their way back in it. Throws up a shot. Gets it. The basket did not even get anywhere close, but that is going to be 2 shots for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
And the momentum in this building has definitely swung towards the visiting team. They're taking advantages of the hesitation and mistakes of the Ravens. They've clawed their way back into this ballgame.
And like we talked about earlier, fouls were going to be a huge problem, and both teams are already in the bonus with 48.9 seconds left in this third quarter. And that is going to be a miss for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Also, a good point made earlier in this game. Free throws are going to what makes or breaks this game for either team.
I 100% agree with that statement right there, Jack Clayton, as Reiber brings it down. I don't know what Reiber's going to do here. With 40 seconds left, maybe they hold on to it for 40 seconds. Maybe they try to get a basket.
And remember, this is only the third quarter, and both teams are already in severe foul trouble.
Both teams, if this game does go into overtime, are going to be very limited on players. They're probably going to have to play with some JV players because there is some foul trouble. As Liz Thomas throws up a three, ricochets in and out. That's a rebound by number 10, Rachel Siebold.
What's been impressive about Thomas's game tonight is that she's played in the JV game earlier today.
Yeah, that is true. Espy gets the rebound, throws it up, not even anywhere close, but it happens, Northwest. And we're going to take this to some.
Hello, my name's Eric Swersinski, Staff Sergeant, United States Air Force. I'm from Topeka, Kansas, and currently stationed at Olathe Air Base. I'd like to say happy holidays to my friends and family back home, and Karina and Liam Swersinski, my son. I love you guys.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Lady Ravens entered the fourth quarter with a comfortable lead, but Coach Brancham didn't think that was enough. He thinks the girls need to continue going out, cutting off the passing lanes, and getting in there for steals. And hey, let's see what we can do. I'm excited to see what's coming in the fourth quarter. That's good.
And we are back. Thank you, Landon. Thank you, Landon Daniel, for that. Thank you with that knowledge of Coach Brancham and his mindset of what he's thinking. I think Jack and I could have said that almost better ourselves, but that's all right. You got Kristen Curry inbounding it to Reiber. Reiber looking to do something here with 7:55 left in the game. Crowd's decent here at Northwest. Not a bad crowd for a Wednesday night, and we don't have school the next day because we are on break.
Right, and the girls also want to finish up this game quick and start their winter break.
Yep. Well, they don't have much of a break. They got practice
every day,
and except for Christmas. Kappelman with 2 points right there.
An impressive finish right there, getting around her defender. Once again, Olathe Northwest breaking out in tight denied defense.
Ooh, I think the travel should have been called there. Wasn't called. Number 4 throws up a shot, and that is going to be good. And it is as they have cut the lead to a 5-point game.
And that is a very impressive play from Williams right there. Getting her own self open off the dribble and making a nice shot.
Very impressive right there. As Curry looks, grabs the basket, kicks it out to Reiber. Robert throws up a 3, does not make it. Gellner with the rebound. The drive by Reiber, and it is no good.
But Kappelman cleans it up. Good work by the big man down low.
Kaylee Kappelman trying to clean up the mess right now. The only one who's finding anywhere near success near the rim.
Unfortunately, the Ravens look to be getting kind of tired. Their shots, are starting to fall a little bit short.
That is going to be a jump ball between Erica Bay and Jordan Knackball. for Shawnee Mission Northwest, as that's going to stay Northwest ball. Jordan's playing very good in that. Very aggressive, quick, explosive.
Well, unfortunately for the Cougars, she's really the only height left on the floor for them.
Yep. And without Jordan, they probably don't have a chance in this game. But that's going to be a 45-40 game. 5-point game for the Ravens. Geltner looks like she's calling for the ball. Curry's not willing to give it up. A screen by Geltner forces the defender to go the other way. Haven't really seen the making three-point shots in the second half, Jack.
Right, Northwest has started to fall away from the three-pointer and start to rely more on getting to the rim. Part of that is because their shots are starting to fall a little bit short, preventing them from making them, but a nice cross right there.
I think you got to applaud Geltner. She's never been afraid to shoot the ball.
Right. And once again, Shawnee Mission Northwest is getting to the rim. They're really relying on layups and fouls and free throw shots to get their points in this second half. And it started to work out for them.
That's going to be Shawnee Mission Northwest. Rachel Siebold, who goes to the line for 2. And that's going to be a missed shot by number 10, Siebold. As it ricochets in and out. Ryber checks in for Taylor Cass, as right now they have Sarah Beth Geltner, Kristen Curry, Kaylee Kappelman, Mary Ryber, and Jenna Wilkins on the floor for the Ravens.
Once again, because of some foul trouble, the Ravens have started to shift towards a smaller, more quick lineup.
Yeah, exactly now what Coach Benson wanted. A good screen there by Wilkins. A kick out to Geltner, and that looks like it is not backcourt. It was tipped. Ooh, a crossover by Sarah Beth Geltner, the Drake verbal commit. Kicks out to Wilkins. The floater, no good.
Oh, and a foul down low. Play's getting very physical as Kappelman's holding her head.
It looks like she was kicked in the face right there, possibly.
That or hit her forehead on the floor.
Yeah.
But she looks like she's going to be okay. She's going to fight through it.
That's going to send Kappelman to the free throw line. As you hear the refs and the coach for Shawnee Mission Northwest going back at it, and the refs standing her ground on that call.
Both coaches seem to be a little bit upset with the foul calling, but the refs are definitely standing their ground.
And that's all you can ask for, just staying very consistent and keeping calm.
And it has been consistent all game. We might not agree with all the fouls called, but at the very least, it's been consistent. Both teams have had fouls called. And a board for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Creates a second opportunity, and there's a fight down for the ball down low. The ref's discussing the call, and it's going to be a jump ball. The Ravens are going to gain possession.
I think the Ravens are happy with that, but I think they wanted a foul called right there. And it's a 6-point game for Olathe Northwest.
Some pressure from Shawnee Mission Northwest causing some havoc as Sarah Beth Geltner falls on the ball.
And that's going to be a turnover by Geltner.
As this game progresses later and later into the fourth quarter, the Ravens need to start to deal with the pressure. Make sure they get the ball up court by moving it well.
They just need to work on less turnovers and making more of their free throw shots. They're 7 of 15 from the free throw line tonight.
Right. And
A
once
good
again,
bucket.
Siebold gets to the hole and finishes. The Ravens need to make sure that their possessions are lengthy. They waste as much clock as possible. They don't need to be in any rush to score. They just need to find a good shot.
I 100% agree with you, Jack Clayton. They need to take their time. They've been running about 30 seconds off the shot clock at each position. A three by River, no good. And it looks like it's going to be off from Northwest of Olathe.
And the Ravens have gone cold from the three-point line. What they really need to do, shot fake, get to the hole. Get the ball inside, do something. Get the ball near the rim, let the big girls work.
I agree with you. They need to let the big girls work. Let the girls down low will win the game for you, because right now your shooting ability is not taking over.
And a charge for Olathe Northwest. Kristen Curry steps in and gets her feet set.
And the Northwest crowd is liking that especially, as they have not agreed with a lot of what the refs have had to say about tonight and their calls. Right now they're doing a little bit of a full court press, a turnover by Northwest. And it's going to be a jump ball as they ignore Coach Bransham's timeout.
And Curry right there is doing exactly what you cannot do while trying to break a press, putting the ball on the floor. What she really needs to focus on is moving the ball well, passing it, keeping it away from the defense.
And I especially think that is not what Northwest wanted right there. They wanted to get that timeout.
Absolutely
I know Coach Bransham didn't want to waste the timeout, but he also didn't want to turn the ball over. 3:50 left in this first half, in this second half. 47-43 lead for Northwest.
Northwest needs to pound the ball inside and attack number 32, Sarah Peterson. She's got 4 fouls, and drawing one from her would take her out of the ball game.
That's going to be a blocking foul. As Shawnee Mission Northwest player thought her feet were set, her feet were not set. She moved at the last second, and that went from being a charge to an offensive foul.
And that's going to be it for Peterson. That's her 5th foul in the evening.
As she glares at the ref. I think everyone knows that was 5 right there. That was, she moved her feet at the very end. Number 34, Curry squares up, shoots it and misses it.
But because it's a shooting foul, she'll get another chance. She really needs to take advantage here. The game's getting tight. It's going to come down to free throws. Both teams are now in the double bonus.
Which is very impressive. Very impressive. A rebound by Jordan Nakbar. All over it for the Cougars. Good move. Number 4 pulls up for 3 and misses it. That's going to be a foul and a push by Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Number 5, Megan Hornball.
That'll be 2 shots for the Ravens.
Jenna Wilkins shooting 2 shots for the Ravens.
The Ravens are struggling tonight at the free throw line. They're only 7 for 17, and that's been the difference between basically a blowout victory.
Yeah, there's been a huge difference. And that's going to be Jenna's first points of the night, as she sinks an easy basket right there.
I mean, they're called free throws for a reason. They're wide open shots. You got to knock them down.
You got to get the free points, Jeff. I agree. A miss right there. As Nakball's going to drive to the basket. And that's going to be a blocking foul at Northwest. I do not agree with that, and neither does anyone else.
But what created that easy drive to the bucket is nobody stepped up to stop her.
Yep.
The first line of defense was Curry under the basket. I mean, that can't happen. Someone needs to step up at half court and stop her, even on a fast break.
That is very true. They got to stop her and slow her down a tad bit. Even if you just create a little bit of a tougher shot for her, that is better than giving no effort at all. I'm not going to say no effort, giving no contest whatsoever.
And because of that, that takes Curry, one of the leaders of this team, off the floor with fouls.
And that's with 3:15 left in the game. She's got 4 fouls. You got to save it. She's got to be available for an overtime period if that's what happens.
Because not only can she shoot the ball, but she is definitely a ball handler that can handle this kind of situation.
That looks like it's going to be a foul.
Fouls on number 1, Andy Winter, her
And Northwest heads back to the free throw line.
And Wilkins is going to get 2 shots. I think Coach Branstrom is pacing right now, wondering what he needs to tell his girls to do. Right now the girls are 8 of 19 from the floor. They've missed 11 easy shots, non-contested shots, Jack. 3 points not taken advantage of by the Ravens. That's another miss for Olathe Northwest, as they are 8 of 20 now from the field.
But, I mean, looking at the stat sheet in total, it'd be a different ballgame if free throws were made, because Northwest would have 60 points, and Shawnee Mission Northwest have left 10 points on the floor with free throws. And there's another miss. So the Ravens are not taking advantage of their situation.
Yes, that's good defense right there by Mary River.
She double dribbled.
She did. She got away with it. The refs were not in very good positioning right there to call it. As the trail ref did not get back in time, that's Geltner with the ball at the high.
The Ravens starting to pull the ball out a little bit. Not shooting at will like they were before.
And I think they're doing that because now with the 3-point game, you kind of got to be smarter. Good effort by Nakbar. She's slow to get up. Very slow to get up by Jordan Nakbar.
And limping. Something's wrong with her leg.
She looks like she's grimacing. They don't want her to foul because they don't want to give the easy free throw points up.
And a great spin move right there from River.
I think Nakbar is starting to feel a little better now. She's moving a little bit better. And that's going to be a foul. Wilkins is going to go to the free throw line for the 3rd straight possession.
A quality possession by the Ravens, doing exactly what you need to do in the late game. They avoided a foul for as long as they possibly could. They sent a girl to the line.
Jenna goes to the line, possibly to make this a 5-point game. That's going to be Jenna with the first free throw shot made.
And that is a big free throw because that makes the game a 2-possession ball game.
A 2-possession game. Now you got to go down twice to get 4 points. Crazier things have happened though.
Absolutely.
A miss by Jenna. Fighting for the loose ball, the Ravens and the Cougars. And that is going to be a block on number 11, Jenna Wilkins.
And that'll send Shawnee Mission Northwest to the line.
We're going to run out of bodies out here at some point.
Yes, there's a good chance that this game drags on because they are going to run out of players to use fouls with.
Jack, how's your shot been looking?
My shot?
You good to go out there and play if they need you?
Absolutely. I'm always ready.
Maybe you'll be a little bit more physical. That's going to be a make by Rachel Siebold. 49-46. As Curry checks back in with, I believe Curry's got 4 fouls.
I believe so.
Checks back in with 4 fouls.
And once again, it's a 3-point game. So one basket completely changes it.
That's going to be a make by Siebold once again. He cut it to a 2-point game, 49-47 with 2:01 left.
Shawnee Mission Northwest comes back with the pressure, but they get a quick trap. Unfortunately, they picked up the blocking foul.
Another foul.
Sending Sarah Beth to the line.
And I would not, if I had to choose one girl not to send to the line, it would not be I would not send Sarah Beth to go to the free throw line.
Absolutely, but it was a great trap and a great idea for them once she caught the ball in the corner to double right there.
And Liz Thomas is getting ready to check back into the game for Northwest. Geltner makes it. That was no problem for Geltner. She's got so much confidence at the line. She's got confidence in the shot. That is not who you want to send up there. She's going to make it 75% of the times.
And that's what Northwest really needs right now in games like this. They need their big-time leaders and big-time scorers to step up and put the ball in the basket in key situations.
That is what you want for your leader to do. You want your leader to take over and sort of be that guy. Done a very good job of it.
If you're Coach Branson and the Ravens right now, you want the ball in her hands, not only to be fouled and make free throws, but to control the game and make sure that they maintain their lead.
I agree. I agree with you. It's a 4-point game right now. It's a 2 possessions. Let's see here what Siebold can do. Ooh, her first miss at the free throw line. And Curry checks back in for Liz Thomas. I think Liz Thomas from here on out is going to play more of a defensive end.
Most likely.
To give Curry that chance on offense to be a leader.
Not only because Curry can make free throws, but she handles the ball well against the pressure.
Curry, a 4-year letter winner at Olathe Northwest, will be heading to JCC next year to be a Hornet and to play basketball. A bad shot by Gelton. Gives it to River, and that is a foul on number 24, Jordan Nackmore.
Unfortunately, that's not exactly what you're looking for out of Geldner in this situation. She needs to pull the ball back out, take her time, and get a better shot.
And I just want to mention this, I don't know if everyone saw it, but the ref right here, who is the trail ref in the trail position closest to us, he just turned to one of the coaches for Olathe Northwest and yelled at him and told him that was enough.
So obviously this game is getting very, very heated between both coaches and the refs.
Coaches, refs, and players as well.
Right, the players are obviously getting more and more frustrated.
As Liz Thomas checks back in for defensive purposes. Rocking the Kyrie Irvings.
What that's really to do is to prevent Kristen Curry from picking up her final foul and being taken out of the game.
Yes. That's number 4 with 1:32 left for Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars bringing down the ball. 52-48. The kick out to Nackmar. Nackmar's going to get fouled. Almost had the and one. 52-48 Ravens. Nackmar heads to the line for 2.
Jordan Nackmar on the line to shoot for the Cougars.
And the Cougars continue to suffer from missed free throws.
And a make by Nackmar, making it a 3-point game, a 1-possession game now.
Once again, the Cougars bring pressure.
Oh, and they find Kappelman, and Kappelman drives to the basket and gets fouled. If I'm Kappelman right now, I'm satisfied with that possession because I get to the free throw line. But she also had one of her teammates, Mary Ryber, coming down on the right side, looking to get a breakaway layup.
If I'm Northwest, though, I'm still looking to pull the ball back out and prevent the Cougars from getting chances. Run time off the clock.
And Liz Thomas checks back in for Curry.
I mean, not only will running time prevent the Cougars from scoring, but it definitely speeds up the game. Because right now there's a clock stoppage every few seconds because of a foul.
And it's a 54-49 game with a minute 12 left. The Ravens lead by 5. Nackmar gets the ball. Ooh, good play by Nackmar.
Great hustle.
Ooh, and that three-pointer is made. I believe that's a 3.
What an assist from Nackmar.
Yeah, quite the assist. 54-51. Olathe Northwest is winning with 1:01 left. I want to remind you you're watching Raven Basketball on TV 25.
Strawberry Hill Christmas Tree Farm is now open Monday through Friday from 1:30 to 5, Saturday from 10 to 5, and Sunday noon till 5. Just a short drive west of Lawrence, you'll find the greatest selection of white pine, wreaths and ribbon, Scotch pine, classic Christmas decorations, and Fraser firs. Come inside and warm up with our free apple cider and cookies. Be sure and tell them TV25 sent you. More information's available at strawberryhillchristmas.com.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Hello, my name's Eric Swersinski, Staff Sergeant, United States Air Force. I'm from Topeka, Kansas, and currently stationed at Olathe Air Base. I'd like to say happy holidays to my friends and family back home, and Karina and Liam Swersinski, my son. I love you guys.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
And we are back. Thank you for joining us tonight with 1:02 left in the game. It's a 54-51 lead for Northwest as she gives it to Erica Bay.
Makes a smart decision by pulling it back out, getting the ball in Geldner's hands.
Ooh, Geldner tumbled right there. Ooh, and that's going to be a foul. I think Branchard's expecting something else to be called, but it is just going to be a common foul. That's going to send Curry to the free throw line.
Curry at the line for the Ravens, shooting 2.
Curry is shooting 2.
The double bonus coming into effect early in this game.
Curry makes her first shot of 2. We are on the double bonus from here on out, Jack, like we said earlier on.
And once again, making a free throw to make it a 2-possession game is a complete difference from a 1-possession game. It makes it so much harder to overtake the lead.
A good stand right there for Kaplan and Curry to get the ball back.
Ravens doing a great job.
Curry take a note, not make the 3-1 attempt. That's a foul there. With 35.1 seconds left in this game, the Ravens lead by 4.
Attempting to avoid the foul by moving the ball well.
And now Rival will head to the free throw line for 2. Rival attempts the first one and comes up. Oh, does not come up. She makes it. And Liz Thomas is checking in once again for defensive purposes. As I want to remind you guys, please stay put and watch the boys game later on. There'll be about a 20-minute break in between. The tip-off will be probably about 7:50. I'm guessing 7:45 possibly. 7:50 at the latest. Stay tuned for that.
I'll be back for the second game.
Along with Roan Stanley. That's going to be a timeout, Shawnee Mission Northwest. And I bet right here they're going to draw up what they're going to do. Talk about once they make their shot, if they make it, how they're going to get it back, how they're going to draw it up, how they're going to press, and how they're going to try to create a turnover here to get it back to make some more points.
If you're Shawnee Mission Northwest, you're looking for a quick bucket. You're looking for an easy screen, a girl cutting to the basket when the ball is inbounded for an easy layup. Then you're looking to set up pressure, trap in a corner, get a quick steal, and get another bucket. You're not necessarily looking for a three-pointer, you just need to score.
I 100% agree with you. They're going to try to do as much as possible. Not just keep this lead, protect this lead, but add to this lead.
Right.
Because I don't feel comfortable with the 6-point lead until about 5 seconds left in the game.
Right.
Other than that, anything can happen. Turn the ball over, 5 seconds, 10 seconds in the backcourt, anything can happen.
Crazy shots go in, just things change in a few seconds.
Crazy shots go in and the prettiest shots go out.
Right.
Happens. Basketball. That's going to be number 10, Meg Reiber, picking up number 4 for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Shawnee Mission Northwest not moving with quite enough urgency. They're running down to 20
really
seconds.
Not yet. Good block. With 15.5 seconds left, it's a 6-point game. Kind of, you chewed off 10 seconds of clock right there.
Right, burning 15
Very
seconds.
nice. I understand you're trying to get a good shot up, but at some point you just got to take a shot and hope
Right,
it falls.
burning 15 seconds of clock is exactly what Shawnee Mission Northwest could not afford to do right there. If they're going to get Kaylee Kaplan for a foul, sending somebody to the line.
That's going to send number 25 to the line for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Number 25, Megan Hansen, a 5'4" junior guard. A little bit of a southpaw right here going as she throws up the shot. She makes it perfect, not a problem. Curry checks back in for offensive purposes. Liz Thomas checks out of the game, possibly for the first time with 15.5 seconds left. Good job, Liz, on the effort tonight. 57-52 game, 15.5 left.
Curry's directing.
Northwest player makes it.
Curry directing traffic as they get the press break set up.
And that's going to be a foul by number 1, Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Fouls on number 1, Abby Winter. That's her 5th personal.
With 2 makes here, the game is all but over.
Abby Winter checks out for the last time here. She has fouled out of the game.
Shooting 2.
Reiber heads to the free throw line for 2. Reiber misses it. 4-point game right now. Still 2 possessions with 11.9 seconds left. 1 timeout left for the Cougars. It's going to be a timeout by Joel Branson, the head coach here of the Olathe Northwest Ravens.
And with just a few seconds left, a 5-point lead is very beneficial. Shawnee Mission Northwest has to get 2 buckets to overtake the Ravens.
Yeah, you got to get 2 buckets here with 11 seconds left. You had trouble inbounding it. You had trouble creating a shot. I don't think it's it's enough to say it's not going to happen. Them getting in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Coach Branstrom's probably in the huddle over there talking about just take care of the ball, hands up, do not foul, and make sure once you get back on the offensive possession, you handle it well and sink your free throws. No turnovers are allowed.
They're probably talking about the set they're going to run right now, and say how we're going to do it, how we're going to chew clock for Northwest. And if you're Shawnee Mission Northwest, you're talking about how you're getting this ball back.
Right. The biggest thing for Olathe Northwest is no more fouls.
Yeah.
And making sure that once you get the ball back, you're not turning it over, because a turnover allows Shawnee Mission Northwest to get another shot off.
And I know Coach Branstrom has high expectations for all these girls, but in my opinion, I want the ball in Gellner's hand if there's more time left.
Right.
They're not going to have enough time as they get up a 3. No good. And that is the ball game. The Olathe Northwest Ravens get their first win at home. And that's going to be the first win at home for the Northwest Ravens ladies team. As the crowd is celebrating, everyone else celebrating, coach is happy, players are happy. And that is perfect. Now I want to remind you to watch the boys game next. Ron Stanley and Jack Clayton will have the call.
The holidays are upon us. Would you rather be doing this or this? Don't get bogged down in the dirty details. Call Equinox Cleaning Services to make your season bright.
Tell them TV25 sent you and get $25 off your first cleaning.
We recognize everyone lives differently, so we customize each cleaning based on your needs to fit your lifestyle. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, with over 20 years experience, Equinox Cleaning Services is small enough to care and big enough to get the job done right. Call today for your free, no-obligation consultation, so you can spend more time doing what really matters. Call 913-256-9462 or visit our Facebook page for more information.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
That's WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
This is Specialist Pearson with the 548 Transportation from Kansas City, Missouri, stationed in Canberra in Kuwait. For Operation Spartan Shield, I just want to say happy holidays to my family and friends.
Hello, Senior Master Sergeant Tony Standifer at Eldofra Air Base. Wanted to say hello to my family and friends in Topeka, Kansas. I love you all, miss you, and I'll see you soon.
I'm back here with Kaylee Kaplan, the leading scorer for tonight's game. She had 15 points and a big win for Northwest as they pick up their first win at home. Kaylee, talk to me a little bit about tonight, about what Coach Branstrom asked you guys to do on and off the court.
Coach Branstrom, he wanted us to make sure we were getting every 50-50 ball, and that it was going to come down to who wants it more, and we definitely showed we wanted it more.
Every 50-50 ball pretty much was won by you, and especially Curry and Wade, or not Curry and Wade, Curly and Thomas. Tell me a little bit about Thomas and how she stepped up tonight, as she had 9 points for you guys.
Yeah, she's definitely been a role player for us, someone we can look on coming off the bench that we can to shoot and just give her heart out for every single play.
Sarah Beth Gellner didn't have the game as expected. Did that put any more pressure on you guys or anyone else to have to step up?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like one of our better players is struggling, like shooting wise. You know, we have to look to other people to score, and you know, she still had a great game.
Yeah.
But like we're definitely some younger players definitely stepped up.
What is Coach Branstrom going to tell you guys, basically criticism-wise, about this game? If you had to guess what he was going to tell you.
Definitely, like we can't get shaken up that easily and let them come back that quickly. We have to be able to hold our lead and definitely not turn the ball over as much.
Thank you, Kaylee. Congrats on the win. And that's Kaylee Kaplan. I'm Nick Lopez. We're going to send this to halftime break.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
That's WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
This is Specialist Pearson with the 548 Transportation from Kansas City, Missouri, stationed in Canberra in Kuwait. For Operation Spartan Shield, I just want to say happy holidays to my family and friends.
Hello, Senior Master Sergeant Tony Standiford at Olathe Air Base. Wanted to say hello to my family and friends in Topeka, Kansas. I love you all, miss you, and I'll see you soon.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Start at like 8. You want to start at 10? Well, we're going to sit here for 4 minutes. No, just start. We going? Start at like 13. Is the camera? Is that camera? Yeah, that camera. Are you opening it up, Ron? Yeah, I'll open it up. Yes, Ron's going. Just start talking, and whenever we're done, I'll signal you. Just tell us when we need to be done. You just signal. Yeah, but only let us go for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes? That's plenty of time. Yeah. What are we going to talk about? 5 minutes. I don't fucking know. Let's go, Ron. This is fun. What? I don't know. Recap the girls' game. Do you want me to recap it? Yeah, I'll start it and then you recap it. Sarah Beth Gellner had, what, 6 points? What?
Welcome back for round 2 of some high school basketball. We'll have you leading up until the boys' game starts here in about 15 minutes. Until then, we'll give you a little bit of a recap of what just happened in the girls' game. Lopez?
Well, first of all, the girls' game started off with a very big lead by the Ravens. Played very well in that first half. Struggled a little bit in the second half because Gellner had to come out early with quick 3 fouls. Not what they wanted from her. She had a slow game with only scoring 6 points. Other girls had to step up, especially with Liz Thomas, had 9 points off the bench. Played very big defense for Northwest as well. Leading scorer Kaylee Kaplan played well played very big as well. Jack, what do you see?
I saw the biggest problem being fouls for both teams. It was obviously kind of a slow game because of the amount of free throws taken. I'd say Northwest's biggest thing to work on.
Well, both of them are named Northwest.
Right, Olathe Northwest, our Ravens. Our biggest thing to work on would be making free throws and making sure that when we're given free opportunities to take points, we make those shots.
Yeah, in a game where there was 30-plus turnovers between the two teams combined, it was a sloppy game, a lot of jump balls, a lot of back and forth, especially as Shawnee Mission Northwest made a furious comeback towards the end when it seemed like Olathe Northwest might blow it. Shawnee Mission Northwest put on a tough zone press in the second half, and it seemed like Northwest had never seen one before.
We're at 11:50 here before tip. Ron, what do you expect to see from the men's game?
From the guys' game, I expect to see a little bit more fast-paced, especially from what we saw earlier this week when they played Shawnee Mission East, when it was a lot slower. And the guys, I mean, they got caught in a defensive battle, and outside of Luke Waters, they really didn't score that well. So I expect to see a little bit more scoring, especially consistently from Jackson Nicodemus. He didn't have as big a game as we're used to seeing, so that's why I think he's going to come out and play a little angry tonight.
But in his...
Nicodemus went from being a little bit of a combo guard for Northwest last year. Now he's that primary ball handler. He has to be that guy, having the court vision, also still being aggressive because he's one of the best shooters on the team. What do you think, both of you guys answer this, what do you think Nico needs to do tonight to improve and help the team a little bit more?
I think he really needs to let other players like Kyle Schieber and Mike Anderson get them opportunities because they can both shoot. And last Friday at Shawnee Mission East, they both showed off their shooting ability. And I think that becomes a key for the Ravens in the long run is allowing them to score points along with Luke Waters and Nicodemus.
Kyle Schieber did hit a couple of shots last week, but he also took on a more of a point guard role instead of Jackson Nicodemus, who we expected to see play point guard after some recent leavings over the summer when a few guys transferred to other schools. We expected Jackson Nicodemus to take over at point guard. We saw a lot of Kyle Schieber dealing with the ball handling duties last week. So I expect it to stay that way, and I think Jackson Nicodemus will be better off because of it, because he doesn't have to waste his energy now passing the ball around or bringing the ball up the court, and I think that helps him a lot.
He can focus more on moving without the ball, getting himself open, and taking open shots.
Because that's where he's at his best, attacking the basket and shooting threes.
Right.
Jackson Nicodemus is best when he doesn't have to dribble. He's better at the catch and shoot. Not necessarily creating his own shot, but a catch and shoot type guy.
Yeah, and I think since he's off ball, the catch and shoot numbers will go up, but I also expect Luke Waters' numbers to go up. He had 18 points in the first half of the game against East the other day. I think that's very impressive, and it's only going to go up from there, and he can only help this already undefeated Olathe Northwest team get better.
And you and I talked about last year a lot, Ron, when we were on air, just how steady of a player Luke Waters is. No matter any night, he's going to have 15 points, and he's going to be that guy for Northwest to sort of be that rock that everyone else can go on.
He's going to give you the quietest 20 points you have ever seen. But at the end of the night, when you look back in the stat sheet, you're going to see it, and it's going to be the difference in the game. I can almost promise you that. And that's the biggest attribute that he brings to this team. Is he doesn't even require a double half the time, because during the game, you don't even notice that he's hot. But he scored eight of their last 10 points. It's just something you don't even notice. It's his biggest gift. He leads by example, not by sound. He's really quiet, and I think that only helps him.
And the greatest part about his game is that a majority of his points come in isolation.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need help or a pass to score. He can do it himself.
But it's not the dribble isolation you're used to. It's getting him the ball on the post. Just kind of everybody just moving away from him, because he doesn't need to take 15 dribbles to get those points.
Right.
And I think it's a lot less wasted movement, and he's straight to the point, and I love that about it.
Or a shot fake, a foul, and a bucket. Quick points. And ones are big for him. All right.
Yeah, I think given that they're 4-0 right now, I think they can only get better, and I'm really excited to see where they go. This Shawnee Mission Northwest team, after winning their first game of the season against Mill Valley, has dropped 3 straight, so they're probably going to come in pretty hungry for a win. We'll see how they deal with the pressure of not being on home court.
All right.
Yeah, and Luke Waters has been a little banged up with his ankle as well, so it's good that he's back to being aggressive on the court. He was a little tentative the first few games because of the ankle, so it's good to see him back 100% back in.
All right, until the boys' game starts here in about 7.5 minutes, we're going to go back to break. Stay with us until then. Just a reminder, you're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
As WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, you're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry
Hello everyone, I'm Master Sergeant Jared Harder, serving in the world's greatest Air Force here at Olathe Air Base, UAE. I'm from Fairview, Kansas, and would like to say hello to all my family and friends in Sabetha, Fairview, and Morrill, Kansas. Also like to give a shout out to my home unit, the 190th Air Refueling Wing in Topeka. Merry Christmas everyone and happy holidays.
The holidays are upon us. Would you rather be doing this or this? Don't get bogged down in the dirty details. Call Equinox Cleaning Services to make your season bright.
Tell them TV25 sent you and get $25 off your first cleaning.
We recognize everyone lives differently, so we customize each cleaning based on your needs to fit your lifestyle. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, with over 20 years experience, Equinox Cleaning Services is small enough to care and big enough to get the job done right. Call today for your free, no-obligation consultation, so you can spend more time doing what really matters. Call 913-256-9462 or visit our Facebook page for more information.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
As WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, you're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
This is Specialist Pearson with the 548 Transportation from Kansas City, Missouri, stationed in Canberra in Kuwait. For Operation Spartan Shield, I just want to say happy holidays to my family and friends.
Hello, Senior Master Sergeant Tony Standifer at Olathe Air Base. Wanted to say hello to my family and friends in Topeka, Kansas. I love you all, miss you, and I'll see you soon.
Buzzer, Justice, Antenna, Heartland, Newsmax, Weather Nation, Revin, Untamed Sports, Retro, Vibrant, This, Jewelry, 12 simultaneous networks broadcasting 24 hours a day to 2.2 million viewers in Kansas City, Lawrence, and Topeka. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Hi, I'm Tech Sergeant Justin Jacobs from McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita, Kansas. I'm currently stationed at Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan. I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to my family back home and to my wife Jennifer and kids Taylor, Court, and Jacob. I love you and I'll see you soon.
Welcome back. We are just minutes away from another tip-off here at Olathe Northwest. This will be the boys' game, Olathe Northwest versus Shawnee Mission Northwest, and I'm really excited for this matchup.
Absolutely, I am too. It's the first, in my mind, the first really physical battle for Olathe Northwest. They're seeing some big men and some height that they have not seen yet this season, and I think it's going to be a matchup that everybody in this building is ready for.
Yeah, Northwest is going to have to get used to not being the biggest team they see all year. Last year, when they had the likes of Matt Vanderslice, along with what they have now, Jack Parks, Luke Waters, there weren't many teams that could hang with them physically, especially inside. They've got to get used to, they're going down a little bit. Not not talent-wise, but size-wise, there are going to be teams that are going to be able to match up. And looking at Shawnee Mission Northwest in the pregame, you look at guys like Dylan Bruner, who's 6'6", and probably 260 pounds. There's a chance he might be pushing people around tonight.
Yeah, and especially like Jack Parks, Aaron Reynolds, they need to step up and play big boy basketball, get good rebounds, things like that, fight for the board inside.
Yeah, and last week at the Shawnee Mission East game, we noticed for the first time Aaron Reynolds was starting over Jack Parks. Instead of Jack Parks being at the 5 from Northwest, they had Aaron Reynolds, which that kind of surprised me a little bit. Jack Parks did come out to start the second half, but still, who do you expect to see tonight?
I think we're going back to Jack Parks tonight. I think last week in Eudora during their tournament, Jack Parks struggled a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. He wasn't hitting shots like he usually does. He wasn't fighting for the rebounds as hard as he probably should be. And they replaced him with Aaron Reynolds, and I think that snapped him back into his game. We saw him explode. He not only scored points, but he fought hard for rebounds during the Shawnee Mission East game, and I expect him to see back out on the floor to start tonight.
Yeah, that's really all they need from him, too. They don't need him to take over the game or anything like that. They need him to be inside and do all the dirty work so that Luke Waters doesn't have to occupy the biggest man on the court.
Right, because Luke Waters' game is starting on the perimeter, taking the ISO, and making the game his own, whether that's driving to the basket, shooting threes, getting himself open. That's just his game.
Yeah, for a big man, you hear the term inside out a lot. They want to play well inside so they can go outside. I think Luke Waters is the exact opposite. He plays well outside just when you come, and then when you start to come out to him, he goes right back inside where he's bigger than a lot of people.
Yes, he is the ideal stretch four. He can shoot the ball well, and when people come out to guard him, he uses a shot fake, steps around him with those long legs and long arms, gets fouled, and gets an and one.
And I think we'll see a lot of that tonight, especially since, once again, Shawnee Mission Northwest isn't going to be able to put their biggest guy on Luke Waters because he's so quick on the outside. They're going to have to put somebody on him a little smaller, and we'll see if that has an effect on how well they're able to guard him inside.
Right, and even the guard play for Olathe Northwest has talent. I mean, they're not maybe as quick or as athletic in years past, but they all shoot the ball well, and they all can handle themselves in a basketball game. So it'll be entertaining to see how they deal with the height of Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah, there is no Siobhan Shields on this team, but you do have a lot of guys that play really smart. You got especially guys like Jackson Nicodemus, Kyle Sheaver, guys that aren't going to push the envelope. They're going to sit back and they're going to take what the other team gives them. And if that's a wide open three, they'll be perfectly content to take that all night long.
Absolutely. And I think definitely they'll be slowing the pace down a little bit more this year because of their stature as a team. But no doubt they know how to play well together and they know how to succeed.
We're going to pause for the national anthem. We'll be right back. And we are back as the starting lineups are just now being announced here at Olathe Northwest. So we talked about this a little bit earlier. Aaron Reynolds or Jack Parks?
I'm going Jack Parks. I don't see how you don't pick Jack Parks. He's got the experience. He's obviously got the body to defend his own space in the paint, and not that Aaron Reynolds can't. He's obviously very impressive. He knows how to play down low, but I think you have to go with Jack Parks.
Jack Parks, yeah, he does. Jack Parks is going to bring a lot of size. And before we get started, Let's talk a little bit about how many seniors are on the team this year.
There is quite a few. Their entire starting lineup is comprised of seniors. They've got 2 or 3 seniors coming off the bench, and I think the senior leadership is what really allows this team to excel because none of them feel the pressure of playing varsity basketball.
Yeah, I'm looking at the entire JV/varsity roster here. There are 3 juniors on the entire roster, and none of them get real meaningful minutes right now. Everybody who gets meaningful minutes is a senior.
Which is a little bit scary for future years because, I mean, obviously the experience isn't going to be there. But that is a great bonus for this year because everybody here knows how to play basketball. They're not fearful. They understand how to play together. It's just they've had 4 years of basketball experience at Olathe Northwest.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys started playing really young, especially guys like Luke Waters, Jackson Nicodemus, Kyle Schieber. They were all playing from getting good minutes from their freshman and sophomore years on, and I think that does them a world of a difference now that they're really in their peak of high school and they're at the best shape they're going to be.
Not only does it speak to their talent level, just as basketball players overall, to be freshmen starting varsity basketball games, but it speaks to their, of course, it gives them experience over their counterparts.
The pregame clock is off, and we are seconds away from game time as your prediction was wrong. Aaron Reynolds will be starting over Jack Parks. The starting lineup for Northwest will be Aaron Reynolds, Luke Waters, Mitch Midyett, Jackson Nicodemus, and Kyle Schieber.
I'm not wrong very often, but every once in a while it does happen. Aaron Reynolds is very capable, and we're going to look to him to win the tip for us tonight.
I love to see Aaron Reynolds play. I love how smart he plays, and I love how he slows the game down. He tries to bring it down to his pace. He plays with his head too.
Right, he plays within himself. He doesn't try to do too much. He's actually a decent three-point shooter, and when he sees the opportunity, he takes a three-point shot. However, that's not what he's looking for. He's looking to pound the ball inside, get easy layups, and dump it off to somebody who maybe is a more capable scorer.
Starting for Shawnee Mission Northwest will be Dale Talley III, George Speck, number 45, Luke Tower, Dylan Bruner, and rounding it out, C.C. Gallardi. Northwest wins the opening tip. That's Luke Waters at the top. He's going to take it in right over a double team, misses first shot of the game, and Aaron Reynolds is right there to pick up the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 shots to start off the game.
Now, a big boost on that play, in my mind, is Aaron Reynolds coming up with the offensive board. That is a wonderful sign for the Ravens.
A little bit of forced shot there to start from Luke Waters.
Yes, it was a forced shot, and that might not be the best opportunity for early in the game, but it's really great to see an offensive rebound this early.
First free throw from Reynolds is nothing but net, and Northwest has its first lead of the game here in the opening seconds.
And just like in the girls' game earlier tonight, it might come down to free throws. So sinking that first free throw is just a great sign for the Ravens.
The early rebound from Waters kicked out to Midyett. His shot is off, and here comes Shawnee Mission Northwest for their first possession of the game. C.C. Gallardi up the top of the key over to Dale Talley III to Speck. From 3, it's good. C.C. Gallardi from downtown.
Shawnee Mission Northwest opening up in a similar offense to the University of Kansas University.
That's going to be Kyle Schieber on a travel. Trying to get it inside to Aaron Reynolds. Hesitated a little bit, and that'll be the first turnover of the game. How do you think turnovers will play a factor in this game?
I mean, obviously, whoever has less turnovers is going to win the basketball game. That's just as simple as it gets. Northwest.
Bold move, Cop. Let's see if it pays off.
I know, crazy prediction, right? But yes, the Ravens need to limit their turnovers because they are not a run and gun type team. So it's really going to come down to, can they hold on to the basketball, can they get good shots, and can they make the shots that they take?
Talley over on the side. His pass to Bruner wasn't expected. It'll be the first Shawnee Mission Northwest turnover of the night. This is going to get really annoying all night. Both of them are called Northwest. I got Olathe Northwest. The Olathe Northwest Ravens and the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars.
Maybe you should refer to them in Cougars and Ravens all night.
That's probably what I'm going to have to do. Inside, back out. Jackson Nicodemus from 3 on the right side, off the front of the rim. And there's Speck on the rebound. Over to Talley. He's going to drive in, and they're going to get a travel as Talley tried to go right over the top of Kyle Schieber.
And although that didn't go down on the previous offensive possession, that's the shot Jackson Nicodemus wants right there.
That is a good shot.
A nice kick out from the post that he can set up and knock down. Catch and shoot.
I'd like to see Luke Waters on the block a lot. I think he's really good down there.
I agree.
They're going to try to get it back to him again, but an errant pass will cause another Olathe Northwest turnover.
That's travel.
That's Speck on the pull-up jump shot. It is no good. Tally on the rebound. He's going to go up. Wild shot is off. Nicodemus on the rebound. Olathe Northwest is looking to push. Good pass inside to Aaron Reynolds, and the layup is good on the assist from Jackson Nicodemus.
Some wonderful sight there from Nicodemus hitting Reynolds, who was wide open down low. And just as you said, just as we finished talking about it, turnovers seem to start plaguing both teams early on.
Just under 6 minutes here in the first quarter. Shawnee Mission Northwest and Olathe Northwest are tied at 3 as the ball is being moved around by Northwest. That's Speck up top. He's looking to drive over to Tally. That is big man Dylan Bruner right there in the middle of the court. Seems like he takes up half the paint.
But it looks like Reynolds matches him inch for inch.
That's going to be Speck on the drive, and he's going to run into a wall that is Luke Waters, and it's going to go the other way.
And I'm going to have to eat my words. I came out saying Jack Parks is going to start because he's maybe the bigger offensive threat over Reynolds, but Reynolds has come out and has the only 3 points for Olathe Northwest to this point.
I don't think Aaron Reynolds is afraid to push people around.
I don't think he is either. He's got the body type, and I think he's ready to go. He's got a good post there.
Yet over on the left side to Waters to Sheaver for the wide open 3, and it is just in and out.
But that's the shot that the Ravens want.
That is a good shot. So far, you really can't complain with the shots they've gotten. A wide open 3 from Kyle Sheaver and another wide open 3 from Jackson Nicodemus.
Right. The only bad shot we've seen is Luke Waters.
That's George Speck on another drive, and they're going to get Kyle Sheaver on his first foul tonight. George Speck and Dale Talley III, 2 guys that we said their name a lot so far. They are the leading scorers for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Talley with 12.5 a game, and George Speck with almost 16 a game. Northwest is going to drop back into a 2-3 zone, showing a different look to Shawnee Mission Northwest. Now, how do you beat a 2-3 zone in a situation like this?
The biggest key to either beating a 2-3 zone is you need to step up and make shots out at the three-point line, or the big men need to flash to the open spots. So like the elbows or the baselines, that's where the big men need to be to get open.
The 3 from Tally is just off, and they're going to get Bruner on a foul as Aaron Reynolds was trying to box him out, and it looks like Jack Parks is set to check in for the first time tonight. He'll grab Aaron Reynolds. And right now, nobody on the court for Olathe Northwest has scored a point.
That's true. But if the Ravens continue to stay in their 2-3 zone, look for the big men for the Cougars to step up into the post up high and look for open jump shots.
Yeah, since Northwest has dropped back into the zone, I think that's a smart move. It's going to force Shawnee Mission Northwest to shoot the ball. They're only shooting 24% from 3 all year. As Jack Parks is going to get the hook shot to go on his first shot of the game.
That right there is a wonderful move. It's unstoppable when you're 6'6" and maybe the most physical kid on the floor.
More ball movement as Northwest has moved back into another man defense. I like the 2-3 zone. I want to see Shawnee Mission Northwest shoot the ball as Tally will drive and a nice Euro, but they're going to get him on a travel.
I think right there the travel was definitely on the hop, but on the defensive side right now, Jack Parks is matched up with Tally. I think Tally is quicker than Parks, and that might cause some disruption.
I mean, if it really gets that bad, I think you could just move Luke Waters over to guard Tally. I think that would cause that would help out a lot of your problems. As Kyle Sheaver's looking for somewhere to go, some pressure defense from Northwest. He's going to get it inside to Jack Parks. He'll turn to his left, and the shot is just off.
Another good move from Jack Parks. Just didn't get the finish he was looking for.
Speck on the drive. The finger roll is up and in, and we're tied once again with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
For the fans watching at home, keep your eyes on number 13 for the Cougars. He's obviously got a lot of talent scoring the basketball.
The double on Luke Waters left Sheaver wide open. He probably should have taken that shot. He's going to swing it over to Mitch Midyett to Nicodemus in the corner. Back down to Luke Waters. The shot is up and in from the block for Waters.
And that is what the Ravens need to look for all night. Getting the ball into Reynolds, Waters, or Parks and letting them do their thing down in the post.
Outside of the 1 point from the free throw line from Aaron Reynolds, Northwest does not have any points outside of the paint so far. 3 made baskets, 6 points inside the paint, all coming from the bigs.
And although that's kind of unusual for the Ravens, that's not necessarily a bad sign.
The pull-up 3 from C.C. Gallardi is good. And Shawnee Mission Northwest has their first lead of the night.
The Ravens need to make sure they get a hand in this space.
Jackson Nicodemus on the drive, the float, the roll is not kind.
The Ravens need to make sure they get a hand in Gallardi's face. He's hit 2 3-pointers already tonight.
Shawnee Mission Northwest looks comfortable in their offense so far. I think they really need to have Shawnee Mission Northwest start to force the ball. They do turn the ball over a decent amount, and they only shoot 69% from the free throw line as C.C. Gallardi throws up an errant shot from the free throw line.
Some great
and the student
defense.
section's going to let him know about it.
Raven Nation coming out in full force, both in the student section and the community, filling up this gym.
I think the student section theme for tonight is 80s workout.
And they definitely let us know with all those bright colors.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to miss them. Jackson Nicodemus up, setting up the offense for Northwest. Over to Mitch Midyett. Looks like Shawnee Mission Northwest is in a 1-2-2 zone. Is that what it looks like? Into Luke Waters, and he's going to get a shot down low from the block. And it'll be no good, but he'll get the foul and go to the free throw line.
With this particular defensive scheme out of Shawnee Mission Northwest, one of the keys to breaking it is Mike Anderson running back and forth across the baseline along with the ball. He'll be open a lot of the time because it looks like they're having 2 guards stay tall and not focused on the corners.
Yeah, Mike Anderson is one of the few guys that comes off the bench for Northwest. They usually don't play more than 7 or 8 guys in the game, giving the lack of depth they have now after losing a few guys to transfer in the offseason.
But what is impressive about the kids that play is they are all capable scorers.
They are all capable scorers, yes.
And they all know what their limits are and don't go outside of them.
And honestly, I think having less depth in the eyes of Coach Grove helps them out a lot. It forces them to slow the defense down.
Northwest.
As Mitch Midyett will touch the ball, trying to steal it from George Speck while he was out of bounds. I think having less people helps them. It forces Coach Grove to slow the defense down and keep your more talented players on the court at all times.
Yeah, Northwest coming out in a little half-corn zone pressure, trying to get a trap up in the corners.
This is the type of zone they played almost constantly last year because they had so many guys to bring off the bench as the floater from George Speck is up and good.
And it looks like they'll be dropping back into a 2-3 or 3-2 zone.
But I like the offense they've been playing this year. Really playing, not going out much farther than the three-point line. As Jack Parks will kick to Mike Anderson in his pump fake. Back over to Nicodemus up top, over to Midyett. Mitch Midyett is a very quiet player. You won't hear us call his name for scoring a lot tonight. Parks on the baseline, over to Nicodemus. Thought about the 3. Northwest looks content just to throw it around all day. Over to Anderson, back to Waters. He's going to throw up a tough shot. He'll get the ball back on the rebound. The kick out to Midyett. 3 is up and no good off the back iron. But there's Jack Parks there to clean up the mess.
Sees 2 offensive rebounds right there, really changed that possession. But I like the positioning of the big men. They're one on the baseline, one up tall, right in those holes of the zone.
And Northwest did a good job of picking up those loose balls there and beating the zone as they regain the lead. Under 10 seconds left in the first quarter. 6, 5, 8. Northwest looking for a shot. 3, 2, and a shot will get up in time, but it will be an air ball, and we will come to the end of the first quarter. Score is 11-10. Olathe North.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Hi, I'm Tech Sergeant Justin Jacobs from McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita, Kansas. I'm currently stationed at Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan. I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to my family back home and to my wife Jennifer and kids Taylor, Court, and Jacob. I love you and I'll see you soon.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
As WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, you're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Welcome back to Olathe Northwest for a little second quarter action here as Olathe Northwest leads Shawnee Mission Northwest 11-10 after the first quarter. Big men were the story of the first quarter for Olathe Northwest.
Absolutely. Luke Waters, Aaron Reynolds, and Jack Parks all stepping up to pull down boards in key situations and putting some points on
combined for all the points, too.
Absolutely. That's been a key here. Stepping away from their usual three-point nature.
A trap to start the quarter lets Northwest get to the baseline quickly. Not an easy shot, but they'll go to the free throw line.
One thing I've been impressed with so far is the physicality of this game so far. The refs have not really been on the whistle too much, and the game has looked fairly physical.
Which I love that. They stayed off the whistle all night. I would be perfectly content with that because I love to see them just run and play.
It's much more entertaining to watch, and the clock's not stopping every few seconds.
I agree. Shawnee Mission Northwest will hit their first free throw attempt of the night. Also, I think story of the game so far, Shawnee Mission Northwest had 5 turnovers in that first quarter. If they want to stay in this game, which they're in it right now, game's tied, they could take the lead on this free throw. They've got to cut down on the turnovers as Jackson Nicodemus picks up the rebound and Northwest will head the other way.
Yeah, it's simple. Whoever turns the ball over less is probably going to win.
Reynolds up top to Mike Anderson on the right side to Midyet.
Reynolds has a good post.
Reynolds in the middle, Nicodemus, Reynolds on the hook, and it's up and good.
That is a great move.
Aaron Reynolds looks good tonight.
It's tough to defend when you've got a solid post and a nice hook.
I agree. Still no points from the guards for Olathe Northwest. Shawnee Mission Northwest swinging around.
The Ravens back in a man-to-man defense.
That's Taller to Gallardi. On the drive is Logan Skeens, and I think they're going to get Midyet on the block. I'm sorry,
Nicodemus on a push.
Nicodemus on a reach or a push. Checking into the game now will be George Speck and Ty Lindelman. This will be Lindelman's first minutes of the night. He'll replace Luke Taller and CC Gallardi as they'll sit for the first time.
On this inbounds play, look for Tally to either cut to the hoop. Never mind.
There's Speck. Over to Higgins.
Ravens back in a 2-3.
I love the 2-3. I think it forces Shawnee Mission Northwest to shoot the ball, something they haven't done too well all year. Lindelman on the right side.
I completely agree, but one thing Northwest needs to make sure they keep track of is Higgins moving back and forth across the baseline.
Speck on the drive. He's going to get right by Aaron Reynolds and lay it up and in. And the game is tied once again with 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
I'm loving the back and forth of this game. Each team giving it their all, scoring buckets.
It's a good game so far.
Absolutely.
No team's really hit a rhythm yet. As the kick out to Midyet, the swing to Anderson, another swing, Nicodemus in the corner for 3, and it's good.
The first points from a guard in this game come in fashion on a three-pointer from Nicodemus.
I hope to see a lot more of those tonight. I think it'll help Olathe Northwest a lot if they can get the three-point line going, especially from guys who don't shoot a ton, Mike Anderson, Mitch Midyet.
And I think the shooting is a constant in Olathe Northwest offense. I think right now the big man play in their offense is a key to their success, but the guard play has always been a constant.
Yeah, we haven't seen Shawnee Mission Northwest feed as there will be a deep 3 from Skeens. It's short. Tally on the rebound. They're going to call him on a foul as he was trying to get by Mike Anderson for that rebound.
His full arm extension is probably what got him there.
You can push off a little bit, but if you extend your arm almost all the time, the refs are going to come after you for it.
Absolutely. Jack Parks coming in the game for Luke Waters.
Coach Grove seems really reserved tonight.
Which is unusual
considering
he's always in somebody's face.
Usually he's about 5 feet away from me yelling at the players. Ball's back inside to Reynolds. He's going to kick back out. Mike Anderson had something else in mind, and it'll be another Olathe Northwest turnover.
Just miscommunication right there. That's all that is.
I'd like to see Reynolds just go up with that.
I would too. I mean, he's
on the block. Another couple of dribbles, a good move, and I think he would have been in position to make something.
I think he was on an uncomfortable side of the basket for him, and I think he had a defender on him that he felt maybe had the advantage, but I'd still like to see him at least face up.
He scored a lot tonight, but I don't think he's used to being told to shoot the ball.
Yes, exactly. I don't think he's used to being the hot hand.
That's Skeens over on the left side to Speck. He's going to drive. Spin off Mike Anderson. The shot is up and off. And Jack Parks will get it near the corner. And Nicodemus will control.
I'm impressed so far with Speck's ability not only to get to the basket, but to create shots.
To Reynolds, to Anderson. Back inside to Parks. The left hook, right hook is off. And they're going to get Parks on the foul trying to get his own miss.
Once again, although it was unsuccessful, I really like the look of pounding the ball inside, trying to get a basket off the board.
That was a good shot. I'd like to see him just go up with the left hand. Don't try and force it with the right hand when you're going from that side into the paint. Just go up with the left hand. It's the easier side, even if it's not your dominant hand.
Especially with the physical advantage that Parks has over basically everybody on this court.
Yeah, I agree. He's such a big guy. He really is the tallest guy on the court, maybe not the biggest guy a lot of the times. It's going to be Speck splitting defenders, and Northwest will get bailed out with a foul. He probably would have had a wide open layup.
And that's going to become problematic for Northwest because he literally went straight through two guys. That can't happen.
Luke Wellman has entered the game for the first time. He pretty much rounds out the entire Olathe Northwest bench. Given that Jack Parks is on the bench for tonight, you're probably only going to see Wellman, Jack Parks, and Mike Anderson play meaningful minutes off the Olathe Northwest bench.
Exactly.
The guards will be coming in and out all night as the shot from Speck is up just short, and there's going to be Midyet on the rebound.
Good hustle out of Midyet right there.
That's the name of his game.
Right. Hustle, passing, and just being a solid player.
Nicodemus looking for somewhere to go. He's going to find Jack Parks up top.
Wellman's got a good
Midyet.
post down low.
Mike Anderson thought about the three. Parks, they're looking for Wellman. They can't find an opening. Nicodemus from three at the top of the key, and it's just short. And there's Luke Towler on the rebound. But Northwest will get it back.
And great heads-up play from Mike Anderson, not only to track down the basketball, but to pass it off to a more open Mitch Midyet for 2 points.
Great teamwork from Olathe Northwest. Shawnee Mission Northwest dropping down to 5 points, or down 5 points now, 18-13 with 3.5 minutes left to play in the first half. As they swing it around, Gallardi looking to spin. Speck thought about the three. He'll drive, throw up a wild shot, and they'll get Mike Anderson on the block.
Yeah, Shawnee Mission Northwest has been kept off the scoreboard for nearly 4 minutes.
Oh, they got Jackson Nicodemus.
I think that's foul number 2 from him.
Foul trouble can definitely hurt Olathe Northwest, given that they like to start 3 true guards, but they've only got 4 true guards that play the whole game.
Right, because after these 4 guards, we start going into sophomores like John Lindsay and
DeGory.
Right, and then the big men are even.
There is no experience beyond the top 8 for Olathe Northwest.
Absolutely, and the big men are even. The big men are also all sophomores. So I mean, after what we got out on the floor, it's about it.
Like I said, there's only 3 juniors on the entire varsity and junior varsity roster, and none of the juniors get meaningful playing time. Every single one of the top 8 Olathe Northwest players are seniors, and they will be sorely missed next year.
Yes.
Luke Waters on the left side for 3. It's up and good.
Once again, the stretch 4 position coming into a big time component into this game.
There's really no way to guard Luke Waters, because as soon as you are to stop him down low, he'll just move right outside and hit a shot, as the shot is up and good from Tally.
That's a good-looking
just beyond
shot
the free
right
throw
there.
line. Yeah, it was a good-looking shot.
I mean, not only is Luke Waters capable of driving and playing inside, but the 6'6" frame is tough to guard on a jump shot.
Oh, almost unblockable.
Good pass there from Parks. And a cut.
Yet's going to get it inside. There's Parks on the pump fake, and he'll be rewarded with 2 free throw shots after the foul.
That is a great cut from Jack Parks. That's a heads-up basketball play by both Parks and Midyet, who I think fed him the ball.
Yeah, getting it down to the baseline is going to be the key to breaking a zone like that.
Absolutely.
First free throw is good from Parks.
And as big as he is, I'm impressed with his shooting ability. He can step out to the three-point line and knock one down every once in a while if they need him to.
Logan Skeens and Evan Higgins will come into the game once again for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Shawnee Mission doesn't play a ton of guys either. I'm only counting
I think we've only seen 7 or 8 in a
8 or
game.
9 guys that get meaningful minutes. Nobody likes to go beyond 8 or 9 guys. Really only it's 8.
I mean, it's a solid number. It's enough to compete in a basketball game. Unfortunately, that leaves your bench a little short if something were to go wrong.
The only thing to worry about Olathe Northwest when it comes to foul trouble is the lack of guards.
Right.
Usually if you play an 8-man rotation, you'd expect either 2 or maybe even all 3 of those guys off the bench to be guards. Only one of them for Olathe Northwest is a guard.
Right. Out of the 3 guys that come off the bench, 2 are usually big men, meaning that Olathe Northwest plays 3 guards at a time but only has 1 reserve.
Yeah, starting 2 bigs and then bringing 2 bigs off the bench. Do you think we could see them maybe play with 3 bigs on the floor? We saw that a little bit last year with Matt Vanderslice, Jack Parks, and then Luke Waters. That made it very hard for teams to guard.
I think that's actually an advantage. Put Luke Waters out on the 3-point line full time and let him do his thing.
I think that would definitely be an option, especially when you've got big bodies like Aaron Reynolds, like Jack Parks, and Luke Wellman.
Luke Wellman's physical.
Luke Wellman is very physical. Not a guy I'd want to be stuck in the paint with.
Absolutely.
He's not going to score 20 points ever, but he might leave you with a black eye at the end of the night.
Absolutely. And he's not afraid either.
Oh, no, not at all. Good ball movement for Shawnee Mission Northwest. The cut and the kick out.
The Ravens working hard in the 2-3 zone.
Shawnee Mission Northwest looking for somewhere to go. It'll be Speck on the left side for 3. It's up and in and out.
Good board.
And there's Luke Wellman on the board. Nobody was taking that ball from him.
Impressive. He stayed calm. He avoided contact from other players and kept the ball out of the Cougars' hands.
As soon as he brought his elbows up, Shawnee Mission Northwest
was
over
over.
to the other side of the court.
Yeah, it was over.
Nobody wanted to get hit by that. Kyle Sheaver up at the top of the key, looking for somewhere to go. Good defense from George Speck.
Kyle Sheaver maintaining his composure there.
Sheaver on the left side. Not a lot of movement from Olathe Northwest. Waters.
And just like we earlier mentioned, they are playing with 3 big men on the floor right now.
Northwest either has no rhythm or has severely slowed things down, as they look like they either don't know where to go or they're trying to burn the rest of the clock in the half with about a minute left as they're up 7 points. Waters on the cut. He's going to get the and one down on the block.
And that is so impressive to be able to finish with contact like that. It's all about keeping your eyes on the rim and maintaining your focus.
At 25-16, Olathe Northwest could see their first double-digit lead of the night with this free throw, as the defense has been superb, only allowing 16 points all night.
Yes, absolutely. This has been a complete defensive show for Olathe Northwest, and I think if they continue to switch up between the man-to-man and 2-3 zone, it'll continue to work all night.
I agree. Free throw from Waters is good. Northwest is 6 for 7 for free throws on the night. That is a number I think Coach Grove can be happy with.
I agree. And look at the lineup right now. I think this might be about as close as you can get without Jackson Nicodemus to maybe, in my opinion, a perfect 2-3 lineup.
Yeah, they've got Jack Parks, Aaron Reynolds, and Luke Waters on the floor. As ball's tipped around, Kyle Sheaver's going to come up with the steal, and they've got 35 seconds to think about a shot, up 10, and the clock winding down on the first half.
Interesting, as soon as we say it's the perfect 2-3 defense, they create a turnover. The height on the baseline is impenetrable.
Oh, yeah. Good luck getting by that. Mitch Bignette up at the top. Over to Waters. He's going to drive baseline, go up strong, and get the roll off the rim. I don't know how you stop that.
It's not stoppable. With a steamroller like that, I mean, there's nothing that you can do except get in front and pray.
8 seconds left in the half. That's Speck on the left side, looking for somewhere to go. 5, 4, tally to Speck. Speck's going to toss one up with no luck to finish the half. And Northwest will head into the locker room up 28-16. We'll be back for second half action after this.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
That's WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
This is Specialist Pearson with the 548 Transportation from Kansas City, Missouri, stationed in Canberra in Kuwait. For Operation Spartan Shield, I just want to say happy holidays to my family and friends.
Hello, Senior Master Sergeant Tony Standifer at Olathe Air Base. Wanted to say hello to my family and friends in Topeka, Kansas. I love you all, miss you, and I'll see you soon.
The holidays are upon us. Would you rather be doing this or this? Don't get bogged down in the dirty details. Call Equinox Cleaning Services to make your season bright.
Tell them TV25 sent you and get $25 off your first cleaning.
We recognize everyone lives differently, so we customize each cleaning based on your needs to fit your lifestyle. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, with over 20 years experience, Equinox Cleaning Services is small enough to care and big enough to get the job done right. Call today for your free, no-obligation consultation, so you can spend more time doing what really matters. Call 913-256-9462 or visit our Facebook page for more information.
Welcome back for some second half action of this matchup between Olathe Northwest and Shawnee Mission Northwest. The Ravens of Olathe Northwest lead 28-16 as we head to the second half. What did you see in that first half?
The first half, I really saw some big men play that I was really impressed with. 3 big men are leading scoring tonight: Luke Waters, Jack Parks, and Aaron Reynolds. And I think not only does some guard play need to step up, but the big man play needs to continue if they're going to succeed the rest of the night.
Guard play was not great in the first half, but it really didn't need to be.
No.
Because Olathe Northwest had such success inside. We started off at the beginning of the game. Aaron Reynolds, who started the game, now we see Jack Parks starting in the second half. This is the same thing that happened against Shawnee Mission East. But because of how well Aaron Reynolds was doing, and then when he came out, Jack Parks, and throughout the game, Luke Waters, since he's got 10 points, the guards didn't even need to do much. The guards only had 1 3-pointer in the first half, as they're going to get Luke Waters for a travel in the first possession.
And that's not a great way to start the second half, but that's no big deal. They can move past it.
Luke Waters did not agree with the call. I think he tried to show the ref what he actually did.
He's probably less happy that the Shawnee Mission Northwest player took the ball right out of his hands.
That's Speck at the top of the key. He's going to kick to C.C. Gallardi. Looking for somewhere to go. Going to go left. He'll kick out. That's Talley on the step back. Shot is up and no good off the back iron. Waters on the rebound.
Ravens opening up into man-to-man defense, switching everything.
That's Kyle Sheeter running point. Waters driving right. And he'll be fouled by, I believe, C.C. Gallardi. And Luke Waters will go to the free throw line once again.
That's the aggressive nature he needs all night long. I mean, he's had it in the first half. That needs to continue to build success for this Raven team.
Northwest is 6 for 7 from the free throw line tonight before these Waters free throws. First one is up and in. I think they've done a good job of taking the few free throw attempts that they've had tonight and converting on almost all of them.
Yeah, that's honestly the difference in a lot of big basketball games. But what stat impressed me the most was the turnover ratio. Northwest has half the amount of turnovers that the Cougars have, which has honestly played a big part of their offensive capabilities.
Yeah, when you don't turn the ball over, that's more opportunities for you to score the ball, more shots you're able to put up. As Dale Talley kicks to Gallardi, over to Speck. Talley on the drive, the left hand layup is up and in.
That's a special move right there. Being able to finish with the left hand after suspending yourself in air to get around a defender. Mitch Mediette might have traveled right there.
Here's Jack Parks over to Sheever, trying to get it inside to Luke Waters. He's got the one-on-one inside. He'll kick back out to Sheever. The swing around finds Nicodemus on the left side. He thought about the shot, back into Parks, out to Waters. His three is up and no good. Short off the front of the rim.
The Cougars have obviously learned something from the first half. They're doubling every time the ball goes down into the post.
And that'll be a charge taken by Luke Waters. Yeah, you're right. Even though I think the guards are very capable of scoring the ball, I think since the big men have done so much, you've got to force the guards to score the ball.
Right, and that's exactly what Shawnee Mission Northwest is doing. They're forcing the guards to take their open shots and put them in.
Yeah, just shutting down the front court for Olathe Northwest right now, I think it's the only thing Shawnee Mission Northwest can do right now, because the Ravens have had their way inside as the turnover is forced, trying to get the ball inside. Over to Talley on the left side. Big old Europe step, doesn't even hit rim. And they're going to get Talley going over the back, trying to get a rebound from Jack Parks.
Good physical play from Jack Parks, making sure he held onto the ball, went up for the rebound hard, drawing a foul from a pretty good player.
Dale Talley looks like Batman in that mask he's got on. I don't know how he sees out of that thing.
I don't know either, but right now he's playing like Batman. He's kind of getting what he wants.
One of their leading scorers right now. It's been pretty much only him, a little bit of Gallardi, and then a little bit of George Speck all night, and that's been pretty much the Cougar offense.
Although Talley has pulled most of the weight, I've been really impressed with Speck. I've been really impressed with Speck and his ability to not only get to the rim, but to create shots for himself.
Yeah, they've done a lot of dribbling around, but it seems like there's not a ton of passing. Seems like one player decides they're going to score on every possession, and if they do, great. If they don't,
so be it.
Yeah. Jack Parks is going to fade and get the 6-footer
And at that height compared to everybody around him, that move is unstoppable if he plays it right.
The Raven lead has gone up to 14 points with 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Shawnee Mission Northwest is going to have to find some way to get more points, as Speck's going to be fouled on the jumper, and he'll get a friendly roll. The ref thinks the ref didn't see the shot go in. A weird roll saw George Speck get the and one long after the foul was committed.
Aaron Reynolds will sub back in for Jack Parks. Mike Anderson comes on the floor.
Speck's free throw attempt is no good. Shawnee Mission Northwest only shooting 40% from the free throw line tonight.
Which is not.
Given they've only had 5 shots, but.
Still, 40% is not good enough to win basketball games.
Trying to get it back into Waters. His quick pass out to Midyet's going to draw a foul. Yeah, Shawnee Mission Northwest is really tightening their grip on the inside, trying to make Northwest get the ball out.
But a good idea from Waters to try to move the ball quickly and get an open shot from Midyet.
Mike Anderson.
Shoot that.
Coach Grove thought the same thing. He wanted Mike Anderson to let it go. That'll be a nice pass
Good
into
pass.
Reynolds. It's Dale Talley soaring right over the top of Reynolds.
Not only was that a great heads-up cut from Reynolds, but an amazing pass from Waters to find him in stride.
If he doesn't pump fake that ball, it probably ends up 10 rows back.
Right. So a great move all around.
Olathe Northwest leads 34-20, 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. Second possession in a row for Shawnee Mission Northwest. They'll pick up an and one, as that'll be Luke Towler going to the line.
And a good cut on the other end of the floor, getting to the basket and getting a layup.
And Shawnee Mission Northwest just kind of holding on for dear life right now, as the lead's back down to 12, pending another free throw. Another missed free throw for the Cougars, as they're just leaving points at the charity strike right now. Northwest will take over.
With Jackson Nicodemus not on the floor anymore, the guards are going to have to step up and take confident shots, be confident in their ability to knock down three-pointers when they're open.
Midyet over to Schieber. I'd like to see one of them. If they get an open shot, even if it's a small opening, let it go.
Reynolds had good position down low. Waters.
Schieber up at the top of the key. He's looking to take his time here.
Waters trying to communicate with the guards to get him the ball from the tie post.
Anderson's going to not use the pick and roll effectively, as Luke Waters will get in and finish with the left hand. Shawnee Mission Northwest does not have an answer right now.
And it's so impressive that not only can he get to the rim with ease, but he can finish with both hands with contact.
Under 4 minutes left. Shawnee Mission Northwest swinging the ball like they have all night. It's just been a pass and cut offense. They're going to find Talley on the inside. Not going to be able to finish, but he'll get a couple of free throws.
It was a good cut towards the basket. Unfortunately, Kyle Schieber was a little late getting there, and that's what drew the foul.
Yeah, Kyle Schieber was really slow getting around that off-ball screen, and it left Talley open. Surprised he didn't get a better look.
The way Shawnee Mission Northwest offense appears to work is they run the weave around the top of the key like KU does, and then they'll cut to the basket with athletic guards like Speck or Talley.
Speaking of KU, I don't know to what extent I should compare them to KU, but relative size, kind of the same way, not a ton of size, especially compared to Olathe Northwest. So
lanky athletic guards and get to the rim.
Yes, and a lot of movement. Free throws off, 4 straight missed free throws from Shawnee Mission Northwest. They're now 2 for 8 on the night. That's 6 meaningful points that are just left on the table right there.
And not that it makes a difference necessarily in this game, but in a tight game, that'll come back to bite them.
Midyet swings to Nicodemus. Nicodemus into Reynolds inside. He's going to go up with his right hand and just in and out.
Although the shot was missed, that was a great look to the high post there with Reynolds.
I'd like to see him get more confidence, not hesitate to take a shot.
Right.
Talley up at the top, guarded by Anderson. Skeens to Ghilardi. Ghilardi around. Bad pass, Midyet on the steal. 1-on-none, and he'll finish at the rim after a little bit of contact.
Good confidence out of Midyet to take that all the way to the hole with the defender on him.
Ghilardi on the pull-up jumper at the free throw line. It's up and good.
That was a smooth basket.
It was. Shawnee Mission Northwest needs a timeout to think things over, see if they can get it turned around right here, as Northwest lead is still at 14.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
That's WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
This is Specialist Pearson with the 548 Transportation from Kansas City, Missouri, stationed in Canberra in Kuwait. For Operation Spartan Shield, I just want to say happy holidays to my family and friends.
Hello, Senior Master Sergeant Tony Standifer at Eldofra Air Base. Wanted to say hello to my family and friends in Topeka, Kansas. I love you all, miss you, and I'll see you soon.
Welcome back. Olathe Northwest leads 38-24. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remain in the third quarter. It's Olathe Northwest ball after a jumper from C.C. Ghilardi. Was the first points that Shawnee Mission Northwest had scored in a while. Northwest wanted some time to talk things over.
Right, the Cougars going back into a 2-3 zone.
I would honestly just, if I'm Shawnee Mission Northwest, just suffocate the inside. Force Northwest to shoot the ball. Even though they definitely can shoot the ball, they're being destroyed on the inside right now.
And it's not that they're necessarily cold, they just don't have the confidence, or they haven't been shooting enough tonight.
They're going to get Luke Wellman on a 3-second call. Another turnover for Olathe Northwest. Only their 6th on the night, though. I think that's a number you can, it's not a number you want to see, but it's a number you can live with.
Exactly. The biggest problem on that was possession, was just not enough movement down low with the big men. There was just, with a 2-3 zone, the big men have to be moving. There's a lot of standing there on that possession.
Tally to Skeens. Tally over to Ghilardi. Back to Tally, over to Ghilardi again. The deep three on the left side is way short, and there's Nicodemus on the rebound.
Ravens
deep pass up. He's going to find Jack Parks underneath the rim, and that'll be an easy basket for Northwest. Leads up to 16 points as Shawnee Mission Northwest will attack quickly, and they're going to get a block on Luke Wellman.
That was some great vision from Nicodemus to find his teammate streaking up the court for an easy layup.
Evan Higgins will go to the free throw line to see if he can reverse the Cougar luck at the free throw line tonight. They are 2 for 8. First free throw is no good.
And that's something that definitely needs to change for them if they are to have success for the rest of their season.
Just as Shawnee Mission Northwest, it's hard to get ahead in a game when you aren't leading in the rebound category. You have more turnovers than the other team, and you're only shooting 30% from the free throw line. Are you going to win many games?
Absolutely not.
No.
Simple math. Nicodemus
over to Sheaver. Sheaver will take the ball up. We've seen that a lot lately, is taking Jackson Nicodemus really out of the point guard role and moving it back to more of an off guard so he can focus on shooting.
But I think that's a great decision from
Nicodemus in the corner from 3. It's just off the front of the rim, and Midyat will come flying in, but they're going to get him on a foul. Ooh.
That was some good hustle from Midyat. You got to admire the work. But I definitely think that moving Nicodemus off ball is a great decision because Kyle Sheaver is a capable ball handler that can get the ball up and down the floor, and Nicodemus is obviously a more wing type guard. He's more catch and shoot, make his own shot type thing.
Yeah, he really did play point guard last year. They had sophomore Dom Messina in that role, but he is at Olathe West now, so that left Coach Goat to figure out what to do with the point guard role. But it seems like they haven't skipped a beat as Dylan Bruner will get the basket inside. And the refs want to talk to Mitch Midyat. Why, I have no idea. He's so quiet, I can't imagine he would have said anything to him.
It might have just been as simple as a bump, who knows. But it was
bump.
On the way out of the backcourt or something, I have no clue. the Cougars finally accessing their big man for some points down low.
Sheaver to Waters. Waters in the corner for three. That's going to be short. Dylan Bruner on the rebound. It'll be knocked around before Logan Skeens comes up with it.
Although it didn't look like a big deal, that little bump by Mitch Midyetta, the ball kind of helped his team get back into the defensive setting.
Bruner inside. He's going to drive with his right hand. He'll get it out to Talley. He's going to drive. Kick out to Bruner. Talley thought about the shot in the corner. He'll kick it out. Gallardi over to Higgins, and it's up and in.
That is the big thing that a 2-3 zone needs to keep track of, that baseline rover. He's going to move back and forth, and what they really need to do is make sure they catch him.
Oh, the quick move from Nicodemus leads to the three. And we've got 3 seconds left in the corner. Talley's going to go up and throw one down as the quarter will come to an end. We've got fourth quarter action up next. Olathe Northwest leads 43-31.
Buzzer, Justice, Antenna, Heartland, Newsmax, Weather Nation, Revin, Untamed Sports, Retro, Vibrant, This, Jewelry. 12 simultaneous networks broadcasting 24 hours a day to 2.2 million viewers in Kansas City, Lawrence, and Topeka. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Hi, I'm Tech Sergeant Justin Jacobs from McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita, Kansas. I'm currently stationed at Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan. I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to my family back home and to my wife Jennifer and kids Taylor, Court, and Jacob. I love you and I'll see you soon.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Well, that was an exciting end of the third quarter.
Absolutely. It was a great move from Nicodemus to go behind the back and knock down the three, and then some elevation from Talley on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, they got the Shawnee Mission Northwest fans really fired up. Maybe that'll be the spark they need going into the fourth quarter as the Cougars are down 12.
I mean, but regardless of the level, you have to appreciate that kind of dunk.
Oh, you always like to see a dunk in a high school game. That's Gallardi on the deep three on the right side. It's short, and it'll roll over the backboard, and it'll be Olathe Northwest ball.
It's been a while since we've seen that kind of athletic ability here at Northwest.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've seen an Olathe Northwest player dunk.
I've seen it on film.
It's been a while. Waters on the right side. It's going to be short. There's Jack Parks on the rebound. Nobody boxed him out. Ill-advised pass as the ball is kind of thrown around. Dylan Bruner's going to end up with it. Here's Gallardi on the left side wanting to push for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Skeens thought about the three. Ball knocked around again. There's Mitch Midyetta coming up with the steal. He's going to keep it on the right side. They're moving. The pump fake from Waters. He's going to go inside. A lot of pressure down there, but they're going to get Talley on the push. And that's the fifth foul of the half for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
And that more upset Coach Grove that we're so used to seeing is back in action in the second half.
When he gets real fired up, you'll see his legs start to stomp, and he'll start screaming. I don't know how he has
his face
lost his
gets
voice.
scrunched up. Anyways, you can see why with the sloppiness of the second half from Olathe Northwest.
Nicodemus leaves it just short on the pass from Luke Waters. Gallardi on the pass to Talley. Talley's going to drive, and they're going to get Jack Parks on a block. And Dale Talley III will go to the free throw line.
In the second half, he's really begun to attack the hole a lot more. Instead of trying to isolate himself for a fadeaway jumper, he started to go confidently to the rim.
Yeah, he hasn't taken a lot of threes tonight, but he's really like to get to the basket, and I don't think he's going to stop trying to get to the basket after that dunk. First free throw is up and off. You think he missed that because he couldn't see?
You know what? I think it's just overall Shawnee Mission Northwest bad luck at the free throw line. I don't think the mask is affecting him too much.
Yeah, 3 for 11 is not going to do the job.
Absolutely not. I mean, with now 9 free throws,
3 for
the
12.
game's
Gallardi's 3 is off, and there's Luke Waters for the rebound.
Yeah, but with those 9 free throws that are left out there, it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, a 12-point game right now, and that's, what, 9 points?
Yeah, 9 points left on the board.
25% shooting from Shawnee Mission Northwest. There's Anderson trying to get it inside. They're going to try and double Waters. That'll leave Mitch Midyett wide open to drive to the basket. And they're going to get a blocking foul on Bruner and one for Mitch Midyett.
I love Mitch Midyett's game. He plays quiet, he does his job, he swings the ball well, and he handles it well. But when he goes to score, he does it confidently, and he does it well.
Feels like it's all layups.
Absolutely.
It's just all layups.
Why would you take anything else? Easy points.
And for the Cougars, number 24, Evan Higgins.
The and one free throw is up and good. Olathe Northwest's lead is now up to 15 points with 6.5 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter.
Northwest back into man-to-man.
Over to Talley. Gallardi looking for somewhere to go. Talley on the left side again. Haven't seen a lot from George Speck in the second half. Don't think I've said his name once. He's been relatively quiet. Speaking of him, George Speck on the drive. He's going to go up and put up a tough shot. Nothing going there. On the rebound is Luke Towler, and he'll get one to go. Shawnee Mission Northwest wants a timeout. I'd imagine they're going to set up some type of press here, down 13 with just under 6 minutes left.
I would say Northwest is going to, or excuse me, the Cougars are going to try to speed up the Ravens.
We're going to go to a break real quick. We'll be right back with some.
Hello everyone, I'm Master Sergeant Jared Harder, serving in the world's greatest Air Force here at Olathe Air Base, UAE. I'm from Fairview, Kansas. I would like to say hello to all my family and friends in Sabetha, Fairview, and Morrill, Kansas. Also like to give a shout out to my home unit, the 190th Air Refueling Wing in Topeka. Merry Christmas everyone and happy holidays.
Back for more action. I'm Ron Stanley alongside Jack Clayton. It is Olathe Northwest basketball. They're up 13 over Shawnee Mission Northwest with just under 6 minutes left to play in the game.
It looks like the Cougars are kind of going to come out in a half-court pressure of some kind.
I expect to see something full court. No traps or anything like that as Nicodemus picks up the ball pretty close to half court. He'll kick it over to Mike Anderson.
In my mind, I don't see why the Cougars don't start full court pressing because I think they are quicker than the Ravens and would have an advantage if they speed the game up.
Kick out to Nicodemus. Thought about the three. He'll move it back. He's going to drive. His right-hand layup is up and in. Leads back up to 15 points.
Strong move there from Nicodemus.
They're going to get Mitch Midyett on the push. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike Anderson on the foul. That's his first foul of the night. And Shawnee Mission Northwest will go to the charity strike for a one-on-one.
Is it really charity if you don't get anything out of it?
You are a smart man, Jack Clayton. Nothing to show for there either as Shawnee Mission Northwest misses another free throw. And they're going to get George Speck on the reach. That's the 8th team foul of the half for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Jackson Nicodemus will head to the line for a one-on-one.
And Jackson Nicodemus is a very consistent free throw shooter. He's got a little between the legs action that he does before each shot. I kind of dig it.
Free throw is off, just in and out. And Shawnee Mission Northwest is trying to push again. They've got to get some kind of offense going quick if they want to get rid of this 15-point deficit. Another 1-and-1 is on its way for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Players are starting.
I think they got Luke Wellman once again. He's shaking his head as he walks off the court.
Players are starting to get tired. More and more fouls racking up. They're stopping. They're not moving their feet quite as well as they were earlier.
Yeah, it's a different story for Olathe Northwest than last year. Less guys to play, so more minutes for guys, which I think they'd like to see, but when you get in the heat of the game and you've been playing the whole time and now it's the fourth quarter, it's crunch time, and you've only gotten to sit out a couple of minutes, you're going to feel it.
Especially for kids like Jackson Nicodemus who only take 1 or 2 minute breaks at a time.
I'm sure Coach Grove's got them in good condition, though. He
absolutely
probably runs them until they pukes.
Yes. And the first time the Cougars have gone 2 for 2 at the stripe all night.
Luke Waters up the top of the key. He's going to drive right, split a couple defenders, and just missed an opportunity in an and one. But he'll get 2 free throws anyway.
That was inches away from a three-point play right there.
Just not enough English.
You know, he really fills in the stretch 4 position well. He moves a big man out to the wing and then takes advantage of that by getting to the lane.
Yeah, they can't handle him out on the wing. A big man's not going to be able to be quick enough to stay with him, and a guard's probably going to get pushed around by him in the paint.
Or even be shot over. Like, at 6'6", he can shoot over almost anybody.
2 for 2 from the free throw line for Waters, as now it seems like Shawnee Mission Northwest can't get the Raven lead under 15 points. Clock's winding down. They've only got just over 4.5 minutes left to play in the game. Somebody's got to get hot.
And not only are they going to have to get hot, they're going to have to start speeding up the game a little bit. They're going to have to make Northwest, or the Ravens, excuse me, get out and run.
That's Talley over to Speck. His 3 on the left side. Up and no good. Short once again. And they're going to have a foul be called, and I think it's going to stay on this end of the court, and it'll be Shawnee Mission Northwest basketball.
It's just a bit of an awkward rebound back there. They both kind of tripped over each other's feet and went down.
Higgins at the line. His first of a 1-and-1 is up and good.
All the trash we've been talking on their free throw shooting is coming back to bite us.
They're finally starting to hit the free throws now, as Higgins will go 2 for 2 from the line. Leads down to 13 for Northwest. 4 minutes and 27 seconds remain. It's Nicodemus dealing with the ball handling. Nice behind the back.
That behind the back move is killer. It puts anybody on ice.
Cheever into the paint. His floater's going to be up and no good. There's Reynolds for the rebound. He wanted a foul. Looked like somebody had their arm on him. And Talley's going to go up. And they're going to call a foul on Olathe Northwest. Those were a couple of big steps there from Dale Talley.
You know, although the results were not as hoped, the move by Kyle Cheever to get to the rim was an aggressive move, and I like that. I think he needs to attack more often.
Shawnee Mission Northwest will enter the double bonus in the second half here. 2 free throws attempts coming ahead as Talley hits the first one.
What the Ravens need to start doing now on offense is slowing the ball down, swinging it around, not rush into any shot, and make sure that what they get is a good look.
Since they're up 11 points, if I were them, I would say just swing the ball around. Swing the ball around until Shawnee Mission Northwest wants to foul you, as Coach Grove is going to call a timeout. And I hope that's what he's going to say, because at this point, given that there is no shot clock, we'll talk about that after this as we get a break.
Strawberry Hill Christmas Tree Farm is now open Monday through Friday from 1:30 to 5, Saturday from 10 to 5, and Sunday noon till 5. Just a short drive west of Lawrence, you'll find the greatest selection of white pine, wreaths and ribbon, Scotch pine, classic Christmas decorations, and Fraser firs. Come inside and warm up with our free apple cider and cookies. Be sure and tell them TV25 sent you. More information's available at strawberryhillchristmas.com.
All right. Back with some fourth quarter action here at Olathe Northwest. 3 minutes and 59 seconds remain as Olathe Northwest commands an 11-point lead over Shawnee Mission Northwest. Like I was saying before we went to break, I'd say if I were Olathe Northwest, I wouldn't even shoot the ball.
Right.
Swing the ball around until Shawnee Mission Northwest wants to foul you.
It's either a wide open layup or you're passing, that kind of deal. We don't want Shawnee Mission Northwest with the ball in their hands. If we could control the clock for the next 4 minutes, that would be ideal.
They're not going to listen to me as they go right inside, and Luke Waters' shot will be blocked from behind, and it'll go the other way. See, I think that was pointless. They only burned 12 seconds on that possession.
Well, now it's going to be crunch time for the Olathe Northwest defense. Can they get it done and hold on to their 11-point lead?
CC Gallardi bring the ball up the court. He'll give it Tally to Speck. Looking for somewhere to go. George Speck up at the top. He's going to take a deep three on the right side. Won't even get rim, but there's Higgins on the rebound. And it'll be Olathe Northwest basketball.
Yeah, that's exactly what Olathe Northwest wants. They want to see deep shots or badly or poorly footed layups.
Oh, a steal from George Speck. One-on-one between him and Nicodemus. He's going to go up and horribly miss. And another one will be missed off the rim. And they're going to get George Speck on a foul on the Luke Waters rebound.
And Olathe Northwest heads back to the line. They're in the double-double now. Or not double-double, yeah. What?
I don't know why he shied away from contact so much. He should have just gone straight into him, and he might have gotten the foul and probably would have had an easier time finishing.
Exactly, and with even size moving down the court, I mean, he's got momentum.
The odds are definitely in his favor when it comes to either making a layup or getting the foul, and maybe even both.
Right.
Luke Waters' free throws up and good. That's just a missed opportunity, and it's been the story of the night for Shawnee Mission Northwest. They haven't been able to convert on things like that. They haven't gotten easy shots, and they haven't hit their free throws.
And exactly, they spent a good portion of the first half playing in isolation, like giving the ball to a guard and letting him do his thing.
Ball movement's been better in this half, but still, it's a little too late when you go down double digits after the first half. It's hard to come back from that, especially in high school basketball, when there's not a shot clock.
Right, they've maintained their deficit, but they haven't really made anything up.
Tally in the corner for three, as the deficit will hit 10 for the first time in a while. And Shawnee Mission Northwest finally got a shot to go in. 2 minutes and 39 seconds remain in the game. Jackson Nicodemus almost had that stolen again. A lot of poking and reaching from Speck. Oh, there's going to be a steal. That's Northwest on the other end. That's Luke Towler with the finish. And the lead's under 10.
And I hate to say it, but I think Northwest needs to go back into attack mode. They seem unconfident and hesitant with the ball. And I think what they really need to do is go back to let's score the basketball and see what happens.
Northwest up to 9 turnovers on the night, as George Speck might be starting to frustrate Jackson Nicodemus. He's playing some tough defense right now.
I think he's in his head a little bit because Nicodemus has lost focus 2 or 3 times. He made a poor pass last possession and almost got it taken away the one before that.
Like you said earlier, the refs have been letting guys play in this game, and George Speck's taking advantage of that, putting a lot of pressure on the ball.
Yes, lots of poking and prodding on ball handlers and making them feel his presence.
Nicodemus upward of 80% in his career from the free throw line. Will hit both free throws and leads back up to 10 for Olathe Northwest. That's Tally on the drive. Nowhere to go. He'll kick out to Speck. His three in the corner is short once again. Gallardi on the rebound, looking for somewhere to go. He ran into a double in the corner and is forced out of bounds.
That was some great teamwork by Parks and Midyet to step up in their corner and get a double. That's a great place for that.
They were going after the ball. They just kind of met each other there. It all worked out.
Absolutely.
Jackson Nicodemus bring the ball up once again. 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the game. If I were Shawnee Mission Northwest, you got to bring more pressure here. Clock's winding down, and you're only down 10.
Especially when players like Luke Waters or maybe Mitch Midyet have the ball up on the top of the key. You need to go pressure them.
You think they'll start fouling soon?
I believe that within the next 20 seconds, they'll have to start fouling if they want to stay in this game. And not fouling guards. You have to get Jack Parks or somebody like that at the line.
Nicodemus up at the top. Hand it off to Jack Parks. Tried to find the double. He's going to get it right back. And now Shawnee Mission Northwest is going to take the foul. It'll be 2 shots at the line for Jackson Nicodemus.
And the Ravens have them right where they want them. They're burning clock. They're getting the ball around. They're keeping the ball in the hands of their free throw shooters and giving themselves a good chance to maintain their lead.
Nicodemus through the legs. Free throw is up and no good. I like that between the legs thing he does.
I do too.
But I mean, you got to think, does that ever kind of mess up his grip or something? Because he does it so quick.
Habit's a habit. When you're at the free throw line, you got to maintain what you do. Whatever you do, if it works, keep doing it.
Gallardi going around the corner. He's going to put up a tough shot. There's Taller on the rebound. He'll put one up. And Shawnee Mission Northwest is only down 9 once again with 54 seconds remaining.
One understatement in the Shawnee Mission Northwest offense is Taller. He's been kind of quiet tonight compared to some of his teammates, but he's been working hard in the post.
What do you think Olathe Northwest has done really well tonight that's put them in such good position?
I think tonight they have done, maybe not so much in the second half, but in the first half they did a great job of taking care of the ball and attacking the rim in necessary positions. They didn't have to shoot threes to stay in the game. They just pounded it inside and did what they need to do.
Yeah, they did not rely on the three as much as we're used to seeing tonight. They just got the ball inside and used their size advantage.
Yeah, I think another thing that I really think that they have done well tonight is their 2 stars have gotten after it. Luke Waters and Jackson Nicodemus have played well, and that's what needs to happen for them to be successful all year long.
Yeah, I think they've got a bright future ahead, especially coming back from the break. When Sunflower League really gets going, I think they've got a good chance to really be the best team in Olathe.
And you have to remember, every year the Sunflower League is strong. There's at least 2 or 3 teams that have a good chance of making a serious run in the playoffs. And if Northwest can be atop the Sunflower League, I mean, that sets them up for big-time success.
You can never forget about the 2 Lawrence schools. They're almost always a big factor, especially when you've got like Free State. I don't think there's ever a year where Free State's not a solid team. As the ball will be inbounded to Jack Parks, back to Nicodemus. Trap coming in the corner. And Coach Grove wants a timeout to talk things over. He doesn't think the ball was moving quick enough.
It looks like with the zone, Northwest is starting to struggle a little bit moving it up the court. What they really need to do is make sure that they're keeping the ball off the ground and getting it up towards the half-court line.
Yeah, Northwest is going to have to do that a little bit quicker to get that ball across, because right now I think Shawnee Mission Northwest will play out this backcourt possession, see if they can force a turnover, but after that it becomes a free throw game.
Right. As soon as the Ravens get the ball across half court, look for a foul.
Who do you want to have the ball as they start fouling more and more often?
I would prefer the ball to either be in the hands of Luke Waters, Jackson Nicodemus, or Kyle Sheaver as the ball comes across half court. As soon as that ball goes across the mid-court line, they're looking to foul, because at that point their chance for a turnover is essentially over.
I think it'll be really hard for Shawnee Mission Northwest to get back in this game, though, because there's no one that they can go to that's been super consistent all night. It's just been it's been George Speck, C.C. Gallardi, and Dale Talley III just kind of taking turns.
Right, and it's a 9-point game with about 45 seconds left. Of course, crazier things have happened, but that requires 3 or 4 solid possessions and stops. Each time the ball goes down the floor, the Cougars need to stop, and then they need to go down the other end and make a quick basket.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of defense coming up, as Olathe Northwest their offense showed up a little bit more scoring than they had against Shawnee Mission East. And they're going to get Shawnee Mission Northwest on a foul before the inbound. Not a good foul if you're Shawnee Mission Northwest.
You know what? And I think Raven fans will take that. They have one of their most consistent free throw shooters going to the line, and they didn't have to do any work to get it across.
Yep. And most people would say, oh, a foul without the clock moving, that's a good thing. In this case, if I were Shawnee Mission Northwest, I would have loved to see Olathe Northwest beat that zone first before you foul them, because they look pretty discombobulated right before that timeout.
Right, exactly. They haven't proven yet that they can beat the zone. So seeing if they can actually compete and not create turnovers would be big.
Luke Waters nails both free throws as the lead for the Ravens grows back to 11. And 3 from Talley is up and no good. The tip out to Ghilardi. He's going to pull up for a 3 at the top of the key. That one is also no good, as Taller will find the rebound and throw one up with 30 seconds left. Lead back down to 9 points. Ball's going to sail over the head of Mid-Yet, and he's going to run out of bounds trying to save the ball.
Now, the benefit of the previous Shawnee Mission Northwest possession is that it took 4 shots to get the ball in the bucket.
Ball will roll, and CC Ghilardi will pick it up. 23 seconds. He's got to throw up something quick. They're just going to swing it around. Speck on the deep 3 at the top of the key. It is good. Shawnee Mission Northwest wants a timeout, only down 6 now.
That's a good-looking shot there from Speck. That continues. Shawnee Mission Northwest is still in this ball game.
They're going to have to get another quick steal, and then they've got to hit another 3. And that's just to make it a one-possession game.
Yes, at this point, this is a complete game of strategy. It's going to come down to which coach can out-coach the other. It's a chess match.
I bet Shawnee Mission Northwest really wishes they had those free throws right now.
That is what is making the difference in this game right now. 10 missed free throws is a complete game changer. At that point, Shawnee Mission Northwest is now up 4.
Yep, and that's where coaches will harp. I'm sure they'll get an earful tomorrow at practice when coach tells them that, look, the free throws were the difference in the game.
And it honestly was. I mean, outside of a few unsuccessful offensive possessions, the biggest factor in this game was free throws and 13 turnovers.
Actually, we don't comment on this enough unless it's for a bad reason, but I would like to say the officiating has been fantastic tonight.
It really has. They've let the guys play. They haven't been on their whistle like they were in the girls' game earlier today. And it's just been fun to watch these guys go out and compete with each other.
I agree. I'd love to see them compete. I don't think we've really complained about the officiating at all.
Not at all.
It's something you don't say a lot. Kyle Sheaver to inbound. And they're going to foul Jack Parks right as he inbounds the ball. I'd say it's a good foul, actually. That's probably the only guy on the court that you would want to go to the line if you're Shawnee Mission Northwest.
I'm in agreement. He's the best option, but I mean, think about it. He's really still a solid free throw shooter.
He's not a bad free throw shooter, but pretty much everybody else on the court is a really good free throw shooter. His free throw hits the front of the rim and rolls in.
Shooters
It's
roll.
a 3-possession game once again. Coach Grove instructs his players to move out of the paint. And that all but ices the game if it wasn't already over. Oh.
They're going to get him on a lane violation.
He looked like he, I don't know about that, but at this point it really doesn't matter.
It's still a 3-possession game. Shawnee Mission Northwest still has to put in 3 baskets in 15 seconds, and 2 of those have to be 3-pointers.
Your Coach Grove, you just need to be screaming, don't foul.
Absolutely.
Speck on the pump fake and the step back. His 3 is up and no good.
And that's the ball game.
Parks will rebound. Please don't foul.
And that is it.
And that'll do it for the game. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
The holidays are upon us. Would you rather be doing this or this? Don't get bogged down in the dirty details. Call Equinox Cleaning Services to make your season bright.
Tell them TV25 sent you and get $25 off your first cleaning.
We recognize everyone lives differently, so we customize each cleaning based on your needs to fit your lifestyle. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, with over 20 years experience, Equinox Cleaning Services is small enough to care and big enough to get the job done right. Call today for your free, no-obligation consultation, so you can spend more time doing what really matters. Call 913-256-9462 or visit our Facebook page for more information.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Back here in postgame after a 58-51 win over Shawnee Mission Northwest, I've got Luke Waters here. Y'all had a dominating game in the paint, especially in the first half. What changed since last week?
This week at practice, we knew that we were going to be going against a smaller, less physical matchup, so we wanted to just try to attack them inside as much as we can, and in the first half we did that. So
yeah, even from the start, you had guys like Aaron Reynolds and Jack Parks on the side banging down low. But again, another great defensive performance following the game against Shawnee Mission East. How do y'all keep this going as Sunflower League play starts to pick up?
We just got to keep working every day at practice, keep working to pound it inside, and just play good as a team overall, I guess.
All right, thanks,
keep
man.
it rolling.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
That's WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
This is Specialist Pearson with the 548 Transportation from Kansas City, Missouri, stationed in Canberra in Kuwait. For Operation Spartan Shield, I just want to say happy holidays to my family and friends.
Hello, Senior Master Sergeant Tony Standifer at Olathe Air Base. Wanted to say hello to my family and friends in Topeka, Kansas. I love you all, miss you, and I'll see you soon.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on. Buzzer, Justice, Antenna, Heartland, Newsmax, Weather Nation, Revin, Untamed Sports, Retro, Vibrant, This, Jewelry. 12 simultaneous networks broadcasting 24 hours a day to 2.2 million viewers in Kansas City, Lawrence, and Topeka. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Hi, I'm Tech Sergeant Justin Jacobs from McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita, Kansas. I'm currently stationed at Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan. I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to my family back home and to my wife Jennifer and kids Taylor, Court, and Jacob. I love you and I'll see you soon.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.